State Champs Sports Network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. Visit ltu.edu today. State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, home of the original flavored crust pizza. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Reaction Technologies. Up your game. Go to reactiontechnologies.com for more information. The Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
And welcome into Midtown Detroit. We are on the campus of Wayne State University, beautiful Tom Adams Field, along with my broadcast partner, Grant Perry. My name is Sean Belegian, and boy, do we have a couple behemoths going at it tonight in our nightcap. Grant, let's start with Warren De La Salle, perennial power, and a lot of what they want to do starts with Mr. Gasparoni.
Yeah, it does. Sante Gasparoni, standing 6'3", 217 pounds, is a force to be reckoned with back there. Last season, eclipsed 3,000 total yards. 2,000 of those were through the air. And you're like, oh, okay, let's drop some defenders back. Well, no, that's not the case. 1,000 yards rushing as well, 17 touchdowns on the ground. You ask, well, how's his decision-making in the air? 24 touchdowns throwing to only 3 interceptions. He is a difference maker. And then also look on the edge for number 2, Damian King, and 23, Phoenix Glasner. Those guys are going to be the difference maker to help Sante really eclipse today and move forward through the season.
And of course for Davison, listen, they've got a stud in the backfield in A.J. Hill. I know Grant's going to have more to say about him, but certainly any new season that you're walking into with a new quarterback, you know where the focus is going to be.
Absolutely, and we have the opportunity to talk to these coaches all week, and a lot of when there's a new quarterback stepping up to the helm, a lot of the coaches are like, well, he's not going to do this, we're going to limit this, we're going to kind of calculate his game around this. That wasn't the case with Coach Weingartz and Jackson Dosh. It sounds like Jackson Dosh has the keys to the vehicle, if you will. I mean, the athleticism is off the charts, second fastest on the team, 5'9", 160 pounds last year. Came into this season 6'1", 190 pounds. Put in work on the offseason, so look for him to be making a difference today at quarterback.
Well, these two teams played an instant classic last year that lasted 2 days. We think this one's going to end tonight, but we are so glad that you can join us, whether you're streaming us with State Champs or our new partners, WDIV Channel 4 in Detroit. We're just minutes away from kickoff here. What a dandy tonight we have for you. Warren De La Salle taking on Davison right here on State Champs Game Time Live.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry
Howie's! At Alta Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnenbogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alta Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar. pushing your mind and body to new, magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
A high score.
A big win.
These things are impressive.
But it's what you don't see that counts.
The years of honing our skills.
The late nights and early mornings.
Pushing through even when it hurts.
The teamwork.
The dedication.
You don't see the hours of practice our team puts into winning games, but it pays off on the field.
And you don't see the years of practice our attorneys put into winning cases, but it pays off in the courtroom. The Detroit Lions.
And 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Winning for you.
Time is running out to get the biggest Labor Day discount ever at Gardner White. Take an extra 30% off everything. And this Saturday only, sofas price cut to $295. Lazy Boy only $395. Queen beds slashed to $295. And no interest for 60 months and free same-day delivery. The best deals in Detroit are at Gardner White with an extra 30% off. Final Saturday, 10 to 9.
State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Well, the tail end of the most beautiful anthem there is, the national anthem of the United States of America, and we are ready to kick this one off. Good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us, not only here on the State Champs Network, but with our friends from Local 4 WDIV in Detroit. We welcome them aboard. We welcome you aboard, along with my broadcast partner, Grant Perry, former Brother Rice Warrior, and, of course, Michigan Wolverine. Kara Lyles down on the field. My name is Sean Belegian, and Grant, we're going to be hard-pressed to match what we saw in the first game here tonight. In case you missed it, folks, Southgate Anderson knocked off Trenton by a score of 27-26, but Davison and De La Salle have played some classics in the past, and I would expect this one to be another one.
Yeah, absolutely. And if history tells us anything, I mean, talking back to that first game we saw today, Southgate Anderson won by 1 point last year and then went on to win one point today. Last year was a weird matchup. Davison and De La Salle ended up being a delay. Started on Friday, ended up finishing on Saturday. De La Salle won Friday but lost Saturday, and Davison ended up walking away with a win. So I think we're both bound for a good matchup here. Both squared away. Good weather. Should be a good one.
Of course, the Pilots in that all too familiar purple jersey set to kick it off to the south towards Ford Field. Davison, those white jerseys. Boy, what an outstanding program they have been for a while. Jake Weingart's keeping the good times going. We had a chance to talk to both of these coaches, Grant, during the course of the week. Of course, Dan Roan at De La Salle. He's had quite a bit of success there, to put it mildly, and Jake Weingart's. Jake coming back home. A Wayne State guy, was a captain here for the Wayne State football team, and he's intense. Is that a fair statement?
He is. He reminds me a lot of Sean McVay. He gives me Sean McVay vibes. Young coach, but really eager to get after it. Good offensive mind, having played receiver here at Wayne State. But both these coaches got a lot of respect for one another.
Squib kick falling on at about the 22-yard line, and that's where this Davison offense will take over. Look, A.J. Hill is back. This is a young man that is going to play for Tony Anise and the uber-successful Ferris State Bulldogs, speaking of GLIAC teams. But, hey, anytime you have to break in a new quarterback, Grant, there are going to be questions. Like them or not, no matter how good the kid has looked, there's going to be questions. Jackson Dosh is that new quarterback. Two receivers, split near side, one far side. Dosh starts in the shotgun, now barks at his lineman. Shotgun formation, claps his hands, gets the snap, keeper all the way. Tries the middle of the line, brought down after a minimal gain. We'll give him a gain of about 2.5. Jacob Chur with the tackle.
Started it off, right? You got your quarterback making his first start, and Jackson Dosh. Get him a little play here off the first play, right? Get him in the mix here. Get him hit a little bit. It's usually as a quarterback, having played with a lot and hearing what they say, they like to get that first hit out of the way, and it kind of calms them down and lets them come into their own.
Dangerous A.J. Hill, the lone setback. We have one receiver split far side, trips on the near side. Just underway here on the campus of Wayne State University in Midtown Detroit. Prep Kickoff Classic, Tom Adams Field. Dosh claps his hands, keeper again. Tries the middle of the line, nothing doing there. And the big purple people eaters, with due respect to the Minnesota Vikings, decided to push that back, and that's going to be a loss of 1, setting up a 3rd and long.
Yep. First drive, you want to come out, you want to stay ahead of the schedule, ahead of the chains. Back-to-back plays where Jackson Dosh is taking command and keeping the ball there. But early on here, De La Salle shutting down that D-line, not allowing gaps to be ran through. Really good first 2 plays by the De La Salle defense there.
Dosh shotgun formation. Hill on his left hip. 2 receivers split near side. Claps his hands. Gets the snap. Rolls near side. Looks near side. Throws up the middle. He's got a man out there. Sailed it over everybody's head. Good defensive stand there by the Pilots to start this one.
Really good there. I mean, kind of forced Davison's hand there. 3rd and 8. That limits your play calling, expecting a screen or some type of pass. They were ready for it, De La Salle, that is. Good coverage on the back end. You're going to be hearing a lot of David Williams, number 12, and Isaiah Jones, number 21 at corner. Those are guys that have been staples on this defense, and they really control things at that back end.
Standing deep, Phoenix Glassnor, dangerous player, standing on his own 42-yard line, awaiting this punt. As the Cardinals go 1, 2, 3, kick. Or so we think. Always have to account for trickeration. Now, not this time. They're going to punt this one away. Short kick. Let's see what kind of bounce it takes. It takes a bounce out of bounds. Great field position. Great field position, Grant, to start this one for the Pilot offense.
Yeah, right on. I think we got a flag down on that sideline over there. See what we got here. But really good field position. De La Salle starting there at midfield, possibly even better.
Yeah, where are they marking this? All right, going to mark it at about the 46-yard line. So here comes the Pilot offense, and we talked about this young man, Sante Gasparoni, leads them on the field. Heck of a lot of talent out there, to put it mildly. Trip receiver split near side, 1 far side. Gasparoni shotgun formation. Looks over the defense. Gets the snap. He's going to keep it. Makes 1 man miss. Struggling to get outside. He's not going to do it. Just took what he could get. It's going to be a loss of, about 1 on that play, setting up a 2nd and long.
Yep. Quarterback power there. They get a pull from the backside guard there. David Birch, number 56, there pulling to the front side. Davison does a good job closing down that middle of the defense there, pushing Sante Gasparoni to the sideline and not allowing him to get to the edge. Good play there by Davison D.
2 receivers split each side. 2nd and we'll call it 12. Gasparoni going to hand it off. A little room over the left side, not a whole heck of a lot. Past the original line of scrimmage up to about the 48-yard line, setting up a 3rd and long.
And you saw at number 80 there, Zach Wagner come in motion for an insert block. Got head on, really good block there, but Jaden Lockhart was able to work over top and make that play, number 51 for that Davison D-line. Big boy in the middle, 6'2", 300 pounds.
3rd and 8 for the Pilots. Just underway here, no score. Clock running, 9:45 to go here in this first quarter. 2 receivers split near side, 1 far side. Man in motion, tight end. Gasparoni back to pass. The lefty throws, completes it into Davison territory. A 1st down all the way up to the 38-yard line.
And that's one thing you're going to get with Sante Gasparoni. You're going to get a guy that has a lot of pocket presence, is comfortable sitting in there, trusting his receivers to work open area there. And Damian King, number 2. I'll make one promise tonight. You'll hear that name again. He's an electric player. Only 5'9", 160 pounds, but he plays like lightning in a bottle.
Made that look easy. Pilots in business all the way up to the 37-yard line. The lefty back to pass again. Feels the pressure, steps up. He's got some space. 30. Going to try to get back outside. Loses a couple yards. Great pursuit that time on the defensive side of the ball. How about Braylon Nave stepping up and reading that? That looked like an easy 1st down, but he forced him back to the 31-yard line.
And Braylon Naves, that's a name also you're going to hear a lot today. He's a 2-way player for Davison. According to our records here, he's the only 2-way player to start both sides of the ball. CMU, Central Michigan commit. he's a name that if they want to have some success, Davison, that is, he's going to have to work and get them down the field.
2nd and 4. Gasparoni. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers split outside. Man in motion from the right to the left. He's going to keep it. Some space up the middle. Puts his shoulder down, and the quarterback plows for a first down to the 26-yard line.
You got that ability. When you got a guy at quarterback in Sante Gasparoni, standing 6'3", 220 pounds, I mean, you're going to be bigger than your average linebacker here. I mean, that's a college-sized linebacker. So if you got a quarterback that has some dimension in the run game, I mean, all day you're going to run that up the middle. Ability to fall forward with that height, you can't beat it.
Into the shadows now here at Tom Adams Field. Gasparoni, shotgun formation. Swings this pass out. Some space near side. 20. Inside the 20. Pushed out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. Glasnow. That's another guy. I have a feeling we're going to be calling his name a few times.
Yeah, Glasnow. He's got an interesting story as well. Wasn't sure if he was going to come out to play football this season. He's a Toledo basketball commit. Kind of had a sour taste in his mouth last year from losing in the finals to Muskegon. So he's out here to prove and lead this team this season.
2-sport star to be sure. Trip receivers far side, 1 near side. Keeper all the way. Good job kind of navigating the big nasties out past the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. Give him 3, setting up a 2nd and 7.
Yep, and that's just due to his size, the ability to fight through tackles and fight through extra yardage right there. I mean, they had that, had Santi swallowed up for a short, gain, even a loss right there. Warren Kane, number 2, the defensive end for Davison, came off the edge, but Sante was able to fall forward for a couple yards.
Shotgun formation once again. Sante, keeper again. Tries the middle of the line. Boy, is he strong. As you mentioned, 6'3", 220. He has no problem taking these linemen on head-on, Grant Perry, and picking up some yards.
Yeah, and no kidding. And he just took on number 99, Caden Nicholson. Talking with Coach Weingarts this week, his nickname's the Hulk. So you got a quarterback taking on the Hulk. Your quarterback might be a Hulk as well. I mean, this kid is running hard here. Not picking up a lot of yards, but they're hard-earned yards.
3rd and 3. Playbook's wide open here, down to the 9-yard line. Gasparoni steps out, looks to the near sideline. That's the Pilot sideline. 2 receivers split near side, 1 far side. Gasparoni with a back on his left hip, and they're going to call a timeout. They're going to talk about this right now. Good decision. Looked like maybe, just maybe, there was a little confusion out there. Hey, Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network's Mr. Football and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's, the original flavored crust pizza. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. Could we do that right now? Could we order a pie or 2? The turbo crust and the Cajun crust.
Cajun. I'm going to have to try that now that you say that.
Oh, it's good. It's good. There's a big difference between, Grant, in my opinion. Sometimes, you make something that's just too hot. Like, why I don't want to eat this. There's no flavor to it. There's flavor and heat. There's a fine line. Fine line. Oh, don't get me started on food. Here we go. 3rd and 3 from the 9-yard line. Pilots threaten on this, their first possession of the game.
And here we go. We got Anthony Batante here in at Wildcat quarterback number 9. Former quarterback, moved him to linebacker. Coach did say they're going to put him in some Wildcat packages today.
Batante, keeper all the way. He's hit right near that first down marker. I think he's going to be a little bit short. Boy, what a nice problem to have when you can add a guy like Anthony Batante in there. You think Grandpa's watching this right now?
If I was a guessing man, I'd say yes. I'd say it's first kickoff of the year. De La Salle here at Wayne State. I'd imagine so.
4th, and we're going to call it a couple feet. 4th and a couple feet. Are they going to keep Batante in? They are indeed.
Yes, they are.
Perhaps tipping the hat as to what to expect here. Although certainly Gasparoni's shown that he can get her done as well. Oh, trouble with the snap and has to fall down on it. Back at the 14-yard line, the Cardinal defense steps up and makes a play, Grant.
And you're going to see here, the snap comes right to his hands, and he just drops it. That's the lack of reps right there. That's what happens when you play a 2-quarterback system. Sometimes you're going to see a drop-off in the small little details right there. And you got to imagine Anthony Battanti was just thinking, hey, catch the ball, go forward. Probably missed the catch the ball part, just thinking about the run. Got to secure the catch, then move. And that's unfortunate that happened on 4th and short, right? Because, they probably would have picked it up. But Davison getting off the field, that's huge for them in their own area.
Yeah, they needed that. Let's see what they do with this opportunity. They're faced with a 1st and 10 on their own 14. 2 receivers outside, 2 inside. Jackson Dosh, shotgun formation, steps up, yells to his lineman. Looks over the defense, claps his hands. Rolls near side, throws near side, has a man out here, caught right in front of our broadcast vantage point. What an adjustment by Wesley Hughes up to the 48-yard line.
I mean, watch this, and this is not an easy task. You're asking a first-year starting quarterback, Jackson Doss, to roll to the left, throw an inside fade back shoulder pass 30 yards downfield to Wesley Hughes. I mean, what a throw, running to your left. I mean, if that throw indicates anything, it's that Jackson Dosh can throw that ball.
I'm with you. That young man just answered a bunch of questions.
Yes,
in one throw. Make no mistake about that. Into Pilot territory. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Trip receivers far side. 1 near side. Dosh, shotgun formation. Standing at his own 47. Claps his hands. Looks far side. Now he's going up top. Wants it all. He's got a man out there just out of the reach of the intended receiver. Great job lying out. Far side of the field, though, Grant Perry. You know a little something about wide receivers. A heck of an effort out there.
Yeah, really good effort. He was working to stack the cornerback, meaning trying to get on top to allow the quarterback to throw you outside. You always want to try to stack your go routes, right? Try to get on top of that defensive back. Braylon Naves does a good job. Ball's just out a little too far. 1 more inch of air, he might have been able to run under that. But Braylon Naves runs great slant routes, runs great go routes. That won't be his first time. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back to him here at the top of the screen.
5:17 to go, 2nd and 10 for Davison at the Pilot 47. Going to keep the ball on the ground, gobbled up immediately. Here's the big guy, number 99, Jacob Tour, wrapping up for a 1-yard loss.
And De La Salle, I know all week they've been emphasizing when you have an opportunity to bring down number 3, A.J. Hill, do it and do it immediately because this guy is special. Had the opportunity to watch him last year versus Graham Blank. He's a special talent at running back number 3, ability to catch the ball out of the backfield but also make you miss in between the tackles. So that's a good play, good catch, or excuse me, good tackle there by the De La Salle D.
Well, you got to be talented to go play for Tony Anise and the Ferris State Bulldogs. Make no mistake about that. 3rd and 11. Pressure. Dosh. Rolling. Throwing. Completing, but well short of the first down. Wesley Hughes, who had the big reception to get him to the 48, makes that catch at the 48, but falls forward to the 47, and the Cardinals are going to be forced to punt. So far, both these defenses have given up some big plays, but they've bent but haven't broken.
Yep, and that's the key, right? Especially here early on, you're trying to figure out what your opponent's running, where they're trying to scheme you at. And right now, it looks like Davison's trying to throw to the left. Not sure, Jackson Dosh is right-handed, but right now they're running to the left and 2 punts in a row.
Nearly blocked there. Punt going to take a bounce, sideways bounce, go out of bounds about the 15-yard line. Hey, Reaction Technologies is a cutting-edge sports technology company. Heads up trainer addresses the root causes of incorrect tackling techniques and other sports-related injuries. Learn more at reactiontechsports.com. So we get a second look here at this Pilot offense. No score. 3:46 to go here in the first quarter. Along with Grant Perry, Kara Lyles down on the field. I'm Sean Belegian. Thanks so much for joining us here. Beautiful night here in Midtown Detroit. Beautiful Midtown Detroit, I might add. Some historic old buildings down here. Beautiful campus here at Wayne State University. Make no mistake about that. Gasparoni checks back in. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Man in motion now. Gasparoni going to swing it out. Pass is caught. Boy, good explosion there. Out past the 20 and pushed out of bounds. All the way up to the 23-yard line.
And that's Cam Flowers, number 6. A senior there. He's doing a good job of just getting his width. Quarterback sees that he's out-leveraged the defense. Might as well throw that thing out there and let him run with it. Right now, De La Salle's attacking the perimeter in the passing game with short, easy completions, and they're working so far.
Trip receivers near side now. One to the far side. Man in motion, near side to far. We're going to try the middle. Didn't need a lot for the first down. Didn't get a lot for the first down, but they got the first down. Up to about the 27-yard line as they move the sticks. And a fresh set of downs for the Pilots.
Result of the play, first down.
Boy, another good crowd here tonight as well as I look on the near sideline and far sideline, well represented. Gasparoni claps his hands, back to pass on this first down. He's got a man up the middle, overshoots him. Intended receiver at that time, Damian King the fourth. The dangerous Damian King the fourth, I might add, Grant.
Very dangerous, that is. And talking with Coach Roan this week, he said that Damian is one of the most natural, smoothest route runners that he has coached and been around. And he said that if you saw him at the grocery store, you walk right past him. You wouldn't even recognize that, this kid is a heck of an athlete. They're just trying to connect downfield here. It's early on in the season, right? You got to find your rhythm, find the plays that work. Warren Kane did a good job getting in that backfield, kind of putting some pressure there in Sante Jasperoni's face, allowing him to miss that throw.
Sante shotgun formation, three receivers near side, looks near side, throws near side, complete. Good cut at the 28, another cut at the 30. Out past the 35, very close to the first down. How about that? The dangerous Phoenix Glasser.
Yeah, and you can tell right there, just off those two cuts, that this kid is athletic. I mean, stops on a dime, catches the ball, understands where the defense is coming from inside out, right? Step on the gas, then break. Get a guy out of your way, and then get back inside. Really good job picking up that first down. Phoenix Glasser.
Yeah, they gave him that first down, moved the chains. So let's see if De La Salle can put a little something special here together. Pilot's going to keep it on the ground. Gasparoni tries the right side of the line. A little space out there, squirts out past the 40, up close to the 44-yard line.
De La Salle, they're spreading out the box. They're coming in here in 11 personnel. 11 personnel being three receivers, one tight end, one running back. 10 personnel would just be four receivers, no tight end. And what they're trying to do is trying to get that box in their favor, meaning they're trying to spread everyone out and then use Gasparoni here to run up the middle along with Mike Lopez, the running back number 3.
2nd and 5 now. Gasparoni steps out again, looks to the near sideline. Two receivers split far side, two on the near side. The lone setback is Lopez. Back to pass is Gasparoni. Under pressure, down he goes. No chance that time. Great rush there. And that is going to be Warren Kane that comes away with the sack all the way back, Grant, to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that came at a really good time right there. Warren Kane, he's been getting some good quarterback pressure here early on. That's his first time really getting to the party right there, bringing down Sante Gasparoni. And Warren Kane, he's a heck of a player, one of the top DNs in the state, committed to Western Michigan. Big kid. The Predator type big. 6'5", 240 with a great get-off. So, that's hard to block, and Sante's definitely going to be feeling that all night.
3rd and long, 3rd and 11 to be precise. Gasparoni looking, firing. I believe Kane may have gotten a piece of that. Did you see the same thing, Grant?
Yeah, I think he might have got a piece on that, and I think Cam Flowers might have been running the wrong route or just not getting his eyes back quick enough, and just came up short there. But good job by Davison. Warren Kane with the sack, getting the ball back here.
Once again, these defenses doing a great job of putting the pressure on these offenses. And Warren De La Salle forced to punt this away. The do-everything Anthony Batante standing on his own 21-yard line. Need a big punt here. Good snap, lets her go. Aiming for the near sideline, takes a bounce, takes a big De La Salle bounce. Now going to go sideways, but all the way down to the 23-yard line. Wesley Hughes didn't have a chance to return that. Hey, there is always help wanted when it comes to high school game officials. Every year, over 1,000 new officials are needed. Officiating is a great way to stay in shape, stay close to the game, and so much more. Log on to mhsaa.com for more info. Could you see yourself ever being official?
Wouldn't cross it out, no, for sure. Wouldn't put that past me. I mean, that is a
thankless.
Thankless, thank you. That's the word I'm thinking of. Thankless job. We don't know how much we need them until they're gone. So they do a great job for the sport.
No doubt about that. Can't say enough positive things about it. Two receivers split outside. Jackson Dosh in the shotgun. Going to hand it off to the dangerous Hill. Boy, look at that squirt. My goodness. Low to the ground. A.J. Hill takes that all the way up to the 30-yard line. Boy, it looked like he was about 6 inches off the ground, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing low pad level, hiding behind those big old linemen, especially number 70 on that offensive lineman, Benjamin Nichols, 6'6", 310 pounds, has offers from basically everywhere in the college, or everywhere in the nation, excuse me.
2nd and 3 for the Cardinals. No score here late first quarter. Going to give it to Hill again. Boy, a lot of space over the right side. First down and more, past the 35, up to about the 38-yard line. Clock stops momentarily with 21 seconds remaining in this first quarter. No score. Let's see what they elect to do here. They can take it into the second quarter. Dosh looks to the far sideline, now taking his time up to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, that's going to be the last play of this first quarter. So, after the first quarter of play, no score between the Pilots from Warren De La Salle and the Cardinals from Davison here on the State Champs Network.
Fans for a taste of authentic pizza as well as an assortment of...
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's! My name is Dan, and I have dealt with family heating and cooling for 20 years plus. As property manager, I use family heating and cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced. I would definitely recommend Family Heating and Cooling for their services.
Family is not just our name, it's the way we do business.
My father chose the name Family Heating because he wanted our company to treat everyone like family. Contact us today for your heating, cooling, and electrical needs, and you'll see the difference family makes.
Unlock peak performance with Reaction Technologies, the ultimate training tool for athletes. Our patented product enhances performance by building muscle memory and reinforcing proper technique. With real-time feedback from coaches, players can quickly adjust and perfect their skills. Designed for athletes at all levels, Heads Up Trainer integrates seamlessly with existing training tools. Elevate your skills and performance with Reaction Technologies, where precision meets performance. Coming soon.
Welcome back to Wayne State. We are scoreless heading into the second quarter. Well, the last game drill, guys, was nothing new to fans of De La Salle football. Dalton plays linebacker here, but if you remember back in 2022, his brother Brady actually won the Mr. Football Award. And as head coach Ronan, there were similarities between the two brothers, and he said, honestly, it's their ability to lead. Now, keep in mind, Dalton was only in 8th grade when Brady won that award, and he said that's honestly what kind of drove his commitment to being such a strong leader. And it doesn't even stop on the
carrier
football
number
field.
3,
He's the
A.J.
president
Hill.
of the student council, also brought all the parents
Tackle
in
made
to
by
talk
number
about
5,
expectations
Sebastian
that
Rouse.
he has for this season. Two very special kids on the football field and off.
Result of the play, first down.
Chikara, big run there by A.J. Hill again. Boy, Grant showing that explosiveness. That guy makes things happen when the ball's in his hand.
Yep, and that's back-to-back big plays on the counter where they're pulling the backside, taking it to the front side, putting their biggest blockers at the point of attack. 2 successful plays on the counter. Look for them to come back to that here down the line.
Cardinals finding a little something here. Pilots show blitz, trying to exploit it. Up for grabs, ball, 50-50 ball. Coming down with it is Wesley Hughes. Boy, they picked up the blitz. Robbie Armani came in. They picked it up, and that's a 50-50 ball, and the Cardinals win that.
Yeah, and Jackson Dosh is putting a lot of trust in his receivers downfield, and rightfully so. These guys are coming down with catches, and Wesley Hughes is just showing his body control, his ability to stay in the air, but also track the ball into his body, into the tuck, into the ground, and come down with it. Coach Weingart's really emphasized how big of a role he's going to have this year, and that's Wesley Hughes, number 5.
Jackson Dosh The junior quarterback, shotgun formation, 2 receivers near side. Going to keep it on the ground. No, he's going to whip it out. Once again, looking for Hughes, this time wrapped up, nowhere to go. As it is a pickup of 4 yards, setting up a 2nd and 6. You know, I mentioned Robbie Ermani. Coach Dan Rohn had some very kind words about him. And if that name sounds familiar, yes, that is my buddy Ryan Ermani's nephew. Ryan Ermani, longtime media member in this town. I think he's another guy. I think I can call him my friend, and I think he'd call me his friend back. So, shout out, buddy. 2nd and 5 for the Cardinals. 2 receivers split far side. The give is to Hill, trying the left side. Boy, there's that explosion. First down, out past the 23, down to about the 21-yard line. You give that kid a step, boy, oh boy, danger.
Yeah, they're back to the counter there. Here we got Ian McCain down on the ground. Hopefully he's okay. He's our starting right guard, senior, number 54. So just wait and see what the word is on this.
You hate to see that. You know, again, Grant, you played in this game, and we were talking about this in the first game. You never know what the weather's going to be this time of year in Michigan. A lot of times it's a cramp, in the hot weather. Something you experienced here, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. I had a pretty long run down this sideline right here and got the end zone, and then all of a sudden my calf just shot up, and I had to limp off to the sideline, which sadly hindered my defensive plays and me be able to go both ways. But it's all about preparation and getting ahead of it before it happens.
Clock stops, 10-13. Nice to see the young man walk off under his own power. There's no doubt about that. I can't stand when broadcasters play doctor, so I'm not going to play doctor. I'm just going to tell you he walked off the field. How's that?
That sounds right to me.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Clock running inside. 10 minutes ago here, second quarter, no score. Cardinals threatening. They're going to line up 2 receivers on the outside. Jackson Dosh still looking to that far sideline. The dangerous number 3, A.J. Hill, the lone setback. Play clock down to 5. Dosh claps his hands, gets the snap, gives it to Hill. Tries to get outside. Great job stepping up by Ermani. Read that play and blew it up all the way back to the 24.
And that's what you work on in practice, right? You're Ermani. You're sitting there right in the slot. You're either going to be ready to play the pass, or if you see that tackle blocked down, you're going to trigger, right? Because that usually tells you it's going to be a run to your side. So he sees the down block by Benjamin Nichols, number 70. He shoots, doesn't give A.J. Hill anywhere to go. Good tackle and good play there by Robbie Ermani.
2nd and 12 now for the Cardinals. Still in deep. That De La Salle territory at the 24-yard line. Checking in at running back now is Jacob Garris. Fake the handoff. Dosh looking outside. Just threw that away. Smart play, and late flag comes in. Yep, they're going to say late hit. Adamantly going to say late hit, too.
Yep, Anthony Battanti came in there a little late.
And that's a huge play because not only is it the automatic first down, but half the distance takes them all the way down to the 12-yard line.
And that changes a lot of the perspective of this drive here. You're about to be sitting there at the 3rd down and long, and now you just gave them a free set of downs here closer to the end zone. And like we said in game 1 here, you're going to see a lot of these bonehead mistakes here week 1. They've been going against their own team here for the past month. They had one 4-way scrimmage, but you're eager to get out there, and sometimes you lose your cool a little bit trying to make a play, and Anthony Battanti just took it a little too far past the whistle on that one.
So we'll set this offense for you. Dosh looking to the far sideline. Look, when you're a new quarterback, you bet you're going to take your time. Empty backfield now as Hill lines up in the slot. Dosh by his lonesome, claps his hand, rolls near side, throws near side, complete inside the 10, and dragged out of bounds about the 5-yard line. That's Naves again. As you said, you had a feeling we might call his name a few times. That's a big reception down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good catch and a way to get outside, understanding where that defender just left you at, right? He left you inside, so you got to go ahead and turn outside, get as many yards as you can. And I like the way Davison's been approaching this drive. They've been going 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. And they get closer to the red zone. They spread it out, get A.J. Hill lined up out of the backfield. Everyone thinks it's going to be a pass to him, but nope, they go to Braylon Naves, and he picks up 5 there for him.
Bringing it in tight. Fullback in front of the dangerous Hill. The give is to the dangerous Hill. Ball is loose. Recovered by the Pilots. How about that? Pilots read that play. Hill took a pop. The ball bounced backwards, and it's recovered by the Pilots. So once again, defenses bend, but they don't break.
Bend, don't break. You're 5 yards away from your own end zone. All you got to do is put it in, right? But this is the play right here. That's Robbie Armani coming off the edge, just making contact with the ball. You're always taught put your head of the helmet on the ball. He does it there, pops it out of A.J. Hill's arms, and then Dwayne Williams almost with the scoop and run, lands on it though, and they get the turnover they needed here in their own area.
Boy, what a reversal of fortune. I'm with you, partner. It looked like Cardinals were going in for a score. And then just like that, another huge play by Robbie Armani. And the Pilot offense back on the field. Gasparoni going to hand it off, hitting the backfield, bouncing off one tackle, can't bounce off the second attempt. But great pursuit by Davison. They just kept after it, Grant.
Yeah, Braden Bundy right there didn't give up. He saw the pulling guards. He attacked it at the line of scrimmage, made it bounce to his help, and rallied to the ball there. Good tackle.
Clock continues to run. 8:05 left in this scoreless first half. In the second quarter, 2 receivers split far side. Gasparoni shotgun. Davison shows blitz. Gasparoni steps out, looks to the near sideline. Awaits the signal in. Looking over that defense again. Going to keep the running back now on his left side. Play clock to 1, and I believe they got the timeout in on time. They did, in fact. Play clock was down to 1, and I think Coach Roan was the first one to see that. Hey, State Champs Sports Network is giving you the power to showcase your passion. You can now submit your own videos and be a part of our coverage. We want to feature your perspective on our network. Learn more at statechampsnetwork.com/fanvision. Boy, both of these teams have shown they can move the ball here. Just haven't been able to finish yet, Grant Perry.
Yeah, absolutely. And it kind of resembles, usually how the battles in camp go before you get to your first game. Defense usually has the edge. They just click a little bit earlier than the offense does. I think it's going to play out kind of how camp usually goes, where offense starts finding their rhythm, starts figuring out what plays work and what schemes are working versus the defense. And they're both just playing chess matches here, just trying to figure out where the advantages are, where the gaps they want to run to are. And you're going to see this all night. De La Salle's matching 12 personnel here. They're going 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, kind of matching what Davison did that last drive after the success they had.
Gasparoni in that shotgun on this 2nd and 8. Keeps it on the ground. Makes one man miss, can't make the 2nd and 3rd miss, though. That was Lopez coming around. Great pursuit. I've said that a couple times by the Cardinals here tonight.
Yeah, the Cardinals are flying around. I mean, they're flying around. And that linebacker core was their strong suit last season. They had 3 seniors that went on to play at the next level that were just rocks in the middle of that defense. So they've had to fill 3 spots here. And early on, it looks like they found 3 guys that can go ahead and fill the ball and find it and run to it.
3rd and 6. Let's see what Coach Roan dials up here. Gasparoni in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion from the left to the right. Back to pass. He's got time. Just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Lopez. Boy, it was there and right at the stick, but about a foot short. And De La Salle's going to be forced to punt.
You got to give credit to Warren Kane right there. Didn't get a hand on it, but was in the way of the throw. Quarterback throwing from, he's a left-handed quarterback, throwing to his right. Makes it harder for him to navigate windows. So Warren Kane jumps up, gets in the way. Sante Gasparoni's only option is to leave it short and low, and the receiver just couldn't pick it up there. Good job by Warren Kane making an impact in the pass game.
Do everything. Batante back out there, standing at his own 7-yard line. High snap, he controls it. High but short punt. Oh, it takes a backwards bounce and kind of comes back before it is down by Peter Toko. Still great field position for the Cardinals. Their starting point in their own, in De La Salle's territory.
Yeah, this will be their best spot here yet so far. First drive was on the 24-yard line, then the 14, and then the 23-yard line of their own territory. Now they're starting in De La Salle's territory. Haven't had 3 drives already. Kind of have an idea of where they want to go. I wouldn't be surprised here if we see some points get on the board on this drive.
Probably a bad taste in their mouth because they had it all the way down to the 5-yard line before the turnover, so certainly they're going to want to make amends for that. And you know, number 3, the dangerous A.J. Hill, is going to want to make amends for that. Trip receivers near side. Hill, the lone setback. On the right hip of that quarterback, the junior Jackson Dosh. Dosh claps his hands, hands it off to Hill. Hill starts one way, goes the other way, weaves his way for a yard. Probably ran about 20 yards to pick up 1.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you work extra hard just to get 1 yard. So it looks like his helmet came off as well, so he'll have to come off for a play. But, hey, sometimes you got to take the hard road.
No doubt. 47-yard line now. He's got to go out for a play. So let's see what the Cardinals decide to do here. Dosh, wearing the number 1, has 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Naves has his hands up as if to say, what are we doing? What are we doing? Now he's jumping up and down. Let's see if they take a timeout here. No, sir. Play clock down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. They get it off. Keeper by Dosh. Boy, good cut, and somehow kept his legs driving out past the 45, down to about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good job not giving up through contact. Quarterbacks, are taught, hey, slide, don't take the extra hit. That's not the case here today. Jackson Dosh is a guy that's going to be running the ball and running it hard. Sees an opportunity to get a few extra yards, does it, pushes the pile. Really good job there. And maybe not this play, but coming up here, Braylon Naves down to the field here at the bottom of the screen. He's getting press coverage. Safety's playing real low. I wouldn't be surprised they give Jackson Dosh the opportunity here, just throw him up an opportunity ball to number 11, Braylon Naves, at some point.
3rd and 4. Hill stays in. He's split outside. Trips far side. Empty backfield look now. I think we're getting a timeout here. Yeah, play clock was down to 4. And you could see Coach Weingart's running out on this field that he's very familiar with calling that timeout. Hey, when looking for the tools that will turn your curiosity to magic, look no further than Lawrence Tech University. Go to ltu.edu for more information. Lawrence Tech, be curious, make magic. Say it again, looking forward to Lawrence Tech football. Coach Merchant on the sideline. Great guy, great coach. Great guy in the broadcast booth as well, my partner Grant Perry. Looking forward to hearing that. 5:03 to go here in this scoreless first half. I think that might be the most shocking thing about this first half. 2 offenses with a whole bunch of playmakers. Nobody's been able to crack the defense yet.
Yeah, it's they're working. They're trying to figure out where the pieces go in order to make the puzzle work. And another thing that's kind of shocking to me is this first half's almost over, too. It's kind of been flying by here.
Trips far side, 1 near side. Now lining up in the slot is Hill. In motion. Let's see if they give it to him on the jet. No, good fake there. Dosh dives for the first down. I don't think he got there. Boy, he got a favorable spot. He's going to be really close, but he did not get that first down. Boy, is that a good spot.
Yeah. And they're going to go hurry up here, too, to try to catch De La Salle out of their position here, try to get the play off, and try to pick up this first down while De La Salle is trying to figure out what to do.
4th, and we're going to call it about 2 feet. Now Dosh steps out, looks to the sideline, plenty of time on the play clock, clicks from 17 to 16 to 15. Game clock, 4:25 to go here. Scoreless second quarter.
And this is where coaches are communicating up in the box saying, hey, they didn't rotate this way, check to this play or keep it on. Everyone's talking, and they don't like to look here.
Yeah. Weingartz calls a timeout. I think they're going to go for it. The 39-yard line, I think there's They're kind of in that no man's land right now.
And the way the defense has been playing, you might as well.
No doubt about that. Hey, the Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for more info. Boy, look at that beautiful look, huh? My goodness gracious. That's a great look up there. Can you see us upstairs? Hi, we're waving. Isn't that nice? The guy with the binoculars right now, that's Grant Perry. He played for Brother Rice and the Michigan Wolverines.
Just doing my reconnaissance.
Well, let's see what the Cardinals decide to do here. Coach Weingart's going to keep the offense out there as the junior quarterback Jackson Dosh leads them back on the field. Hill, A.J. Hill, the senior running back, committed to Coach Anise and Ferris State, out there as well. The deep back.
Tush push.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Boy, it looked like there was some movement, and you could see De La Salle going crazy over that. I think they've got a point, Grant, but it's going to be for naught as they're going to give them the first down.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky. You know, in that case, Davison slips away. You know, refs don't see the lack of everyone getting set. Jackson Dosh gets up to the line of scrimmage, hikes it. Guys are still kind of patting their feet, getting set. They get away with one there. This could turn into be a big play here down the line. If this is a really tight game, we'll have to come back and analyze that.
You mentioned Bush push. You want to feel old? That was 19 years ago. My goodness gracious.
No, actually, you must have misheard me. I kept it a little bit more current. I said tush push. Jalen Hurts. I went Jalen Hurts on that one.
Now I'm showing my age, right? Okay, that's fair. To put that in perspective, I remember watching that game, that Notre Dame USC game, with my baby daughter in my hands, who's now a sophomore at Michigan State. Dosh back to pass on first down, rolling, looking, firing, tip drill, caught! What an effort to stay with that by Wesley Hughes. Boy, you see guys practice that all the time, the tip drill, and Wesley Hughes just waited for it, Grant.
And you're going to see here, Jackson Dosh just rolling to his left, throws a ball to the middle of the play. A defender for De La Salle gets a hand on it, but Wesley Hughes, who doesn't give up, fights through the contact there by number 21, Isaiah Jones, comes up with a huge catch. Really good job by number 5, the slot receiver senior, Wesley Hughes.
Well, they got something going on right now to these Cardinals. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line of the Pilots. Dosh fakes the handoff, rolls near side, throws near side, completes near side, breaks one tackle, nearly broke another tackle, but up to the 18-yard line. Good effort there by Matt McKinnon.
I'd say that last throw we saw out of Jackson Dosh was probably his first, I would say, rush throw where he kind of probably should have ate it and ran it or threw it out of bounds. But they come right back to him. They call his name, and he makes the completion right there to number 20 and does a good job there. That's Matt McKinnon catching that ball, getting upfield, making this a second and very manageable.
2nd and 5. Threatening again are these Cardinals. Looking to the far side of the field, Jackson Dosh. He's got A.J. Hill out there. Also Matt McKinnon. 2 receivers split far side. Dosh claps his hands. Stops, looks, going for the end zone, just short of the end zone, knocked away. Boy, it looked like the receiver pulled it in, Hughes, but then it looked like Sebastian Roos said, I'm going to knock this baby out.
And here, Jackson Dosh rolling left. They're just running smash, which is a corner by the number 2 receiver who's right here, Wesley Hughes. Catches the ball, but as a defender, you're taught to fight through the catch, fight through it. Does a good job getting a hand in there late, punching it out. And the sure-handed Wesley Hughes is definitely thinking, dang, I thought I had that one. That's really good defense there by Sebastian Roos, number 5.
Well, another big 3rd down. Clock stopped, 2:11 to go here in this scoreless 2nd quarter. Dosh, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side, claps his hands, gives it to Hill, and it is blown up. Not a chance because Dwayne Williams came in and tackles him for a loss all the way back to the 24-yard line.
Dwayne Williams, number 30, 6 feet, 230 pounds. Coach said he's a little bit of an undersized defensive lineman, but you can't measure heart. and will and fight. And right there, he fought through all the blocks, got to A.J. Hill before he could even decide which way to go. Dwayne Williams, guy who had 74 tackles last season, 16.5 tackles for loss, makes a huge tackle for loss right there.
Definitely 4-down territory. No doubt about that. Big 4th down here. 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Kosh looking outside, firing, completing 11-yard line. What a catch, and still on his feet. What a effort by Wesley Hughes. And once again, Jackson Dosh making a play that looks anything like a first-time starter, Grant.
Yeah, and they got a lot of trust in him rolling to the left, throwing to the left, which is pretty impressive. It says a lot about their trust in Jackson Dosh. But you got to compliment the route there by Wesley Hughes. I mean, if you could cut back the tape, he put the brakes on. 1-2, in and out of the cut. Defender didn't even have a chance. Great conversion. And we're seeing here early on, Wesley Hughes is Jackson Dosh's security blanket.
1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Dosh in that shotgun. Back to pass, 3-step drop. Throws far corner of the end zone. No, sir. Looking for that fade route, but a whole lot of bodies there would not allow the intended receiver, Wesley Hughes, to get there.
Yep, and they're just running a little concept out there. We used to call that China. It'd be a corner by number 3, the 3 receiver. So if you count receivers from the sideline, first guy near this sideline is number 1. Then it goes 2 and 3. Wesley Hughes was the 3rd receiver running a corner route. Gets bumped by the cornerback who's chasing an under route inside, chasing Braylon Naves. And Jackson Dosh threw it up out to the right side of the end zone there, and Wesley Hughes just couldn't get through the contact.
I want to give our buddy from the Detroit Sports Commission, Kurt, a shout-out. Look, he brought us dinner. Wasn't that nice of him?
Thank you, Kirk.
What a great guy. Dosh in that shotgun, 2nd and goal. Same route, near side, nearly intercepted. Oh, dangerous pass, and then it almost ended up in the hands of Naves as well. We'll have to take a look at that replay. It looked like it went through the arms of the quarterback, Jones, and Naves nearly got it.
Yeah, and he's going against number 21, Isaiah Jones, who coach said they feel comfortable leaving him on an island. And right now he's showing it. Braylon Naves, who's committed to go to play at Central, almost comes down with it. But Isaiah Jones with great coverage, staying in phase, keeping eyes back to the quarterback, playing through the ball. That's a 3-year starter, number 21. It's going to take a lot more than that to get him rattled.
3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. 49 seconds remaining in this 2nd quarter. Going to keep it on the ground this time. Hitting the backfield, going nowhere. Blown up. Didn't have a chance. The Purple People Eaters show up again. And that's going to be a loss of 1. So now decision time for Coach Weingartz. Do you wind her down and try a field goal, or do you go for it? Hey, coming up at halftime, we head to the State Champs Studios. We announced our first top 10 for the Mr. Football and Anvil Awards, delivered by Hungry Howie's. That and more here on State Champs Game Time Live. Coach Weingartz is going to wind this down, and I have a feeling he's going to take a timeout with just a couple seconds remaining. See, he's stalking the official right now. There it is. Takes that timeout with a couple seconds remaining. All right, Coach Perry, I hate to put you on the spot again.
Throw me out there.
You going for it from the 8-yard line, or are you going to risk putting your kicker out there and try the 25, 26-yard kick?
I mean, you got to think back. You kind of just feel the flow of the game, right? How's the game been going? Well, right now it's a defensive battle. It's coming down to possessions. What's your probability of completing a pass or running the ball into the end zone from the 8-yard line here against a really good, sound De La Salle defense? You got to have a really good play you feel confident about. But I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to kick it here, take the points, and make this a possession-type game going into the second half.
And I agree with you. You know what? I think you put some positivity on your team's board if you get 3 here. And if you miss it, you're going, 25-yard field goal. This will be the last play of this first half. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So there's that positivity that we were talking about. Davison hits a 25-yard field goal on the last play of this first half to take a 3-0 lead into the half. Well, as we mentioned, we're going to take a look at our first top 10 list for the Player of the Year, our first top 10 list for the Anvil Award, but we're going to have a conversation down on the sideline momentarily as well. Before we throw it down to Kara, Grant, some quick thoughts on this first half.
A defensive battle. Didn't think it was going to be a defensive battle coming out. Both have high-powered offenses, and it's really a chess match right now. Interested to see who's going to make the move in the second half.
All right, Kara Lyles standing with the head coach of the Davison Cardinals. Kara?
Well, Coach, what into that decision to kind of go for it there?
I mean, we had to kick it, get 3 points. We got down the last drive inside the 5, fumbled the ball on first down. So, right now we're just killing ourselves. We got to clean it up second half. Defense did a great job keeping them off the board, and we got to fix the mistakes and get a heck of a lot better second half if we want to win this football game.
What are you addressing first when you hit that locker room?
I mean, just MAs. We got a lot of MAs route-wise. Guys should be at 15, they're at 10. Getting cross-faced on down blocks when they're bringing edge pressure. So small stuff that we worked on all week, and we just got to go in and fix it.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck second half. All right, stay right here. We've got more football coming up next. Davison and De La Salle, second half coming back at you.
Everyone knows you call Sam if you're injured in an accident.
Everyone knows we're Michigan's first family of law.
Everyone knows about our no-fee guarantee. There's never a fee until we win your case.
Everyone knows the Bernstein Advantage.
Everyone knows we've got a winning record, over $3.5 billion recovered.
Tell me something I don't know. Everyone knows call Sam.
1-800-CALL-SAM is the best call you'll ever make after an accident.
Injured? You know what to do. Call Sam.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry
Howie's! Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Time is running out to get the biggest Labor Day discount ever at Gardner White. Take an extra 30% off everything. And this Saturday only, sofas price cut to $295. Lazy Boy only $395. Queen beds slashed to $295. And no interest for 60 months and free same-day delivery. The best deals in Detroit are at Gardner White with an extra 30% off. Final Saturday, 10 to 9.
What's up, Michigan? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's football season, which means it's time to begin the run for this year's Mr. Football Award. My name is Lauren Plant. This is Sean Belizean. As always, Shawnee, so good to see you. Number 17, we will determine this year who will be the next Mr. Football.
Isn't it insane? 2008, we were literally using all our fingers and toes trying to figure out how many of these we've done, but this is going to be a huge year, Lauren. Every year is, but man, we feel really good about this field this year. We talk about it every year. It just keeps going like this. This product just keeps going like this. And of course, our list is doing the exact same thing.
Absolutely. On your screen now, you'll see that this is not a senior-only award. We're looking for the best football player in the state. I'll explain more on how it works a little bit later. But first, let's get to the guy we want to talk about, the guy who's number one on our list right now, and for good reason, going to LSU.
He might be the number one recruit in the nation. It depends which service you're looking at. We've heard about his name since his freshman year, and all he's done is prove why his name deserves to be out there nationwide. And of course, we're talking about Bryce Underwood from Belleville, 6'3.5", 205 pounds, 40-2 record as a starter. 40-2. Did we mention he's got a whole nother season to go? He's got 141 total touchdowns. As you said, he made the decision to go to LSU, but if you look at his recruiting pages, he was recruited by everybody. He had visits. There's a reason. He is absolutely explosive. No doubt about it. No brainer. The top choice right now. But as we've seen, Lauren, we point this out every year, looks can be deceiving. Sometimes the guy who's leading the way, when you apply our criteria, and of course, crunch time, sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. But right now, make no mistake about it, it's Bryce Underwood right now at the top of this list.
And before I get to the criteria, I do want to let you guys know that got a little update this week, and we always want to give a shout out to the guys who came before. And in 2016, a young man named Cody White was named the Michigan Mr. Football Award. He is doing his thing in Seattle. In fact, check this play out right here.
Howell airing it out down the left sideline, and it is caught. Stay up, Cody White stays up, and how about that response for your Seattle Seahawks?
Unbelievable to see the guys who have come before and who are still making an impact in the league.
It's not a secret anymore. I mean, you talk to people that follow this nationally, and Michigan is really known as a place that is producing players and talent players as well. It isn't just the big old linemen. It isn't just the big old D linemen. No. You're seeing talent all across the board, and this year certainly, Lauren, no exception to that rule.
Absolutely. So what you can do is go to our website, statechampsnetwork.com. You want to click on the contest tab, and then you also want to click on Mr. Football. That's where you can vote for the award. It's important to vote for the award because the leading vote getter can never be removed from the race. However, this is fluid. It's kind of like the Heisman Trophy. We're going to have players play their way in and play their way off the list. So you need to go ahead and vote for your guy. It's so important.
Every year, to the people new to this, I know there are probably people right now saying, well, my guy isn't on the list. That doesn't mean that he won't be on the list in a week or two. Lauren, we've had guys go off the list and then come back on the list. I mean, again, I think that's a testament to the amount of talent in this state, but you have a big part of it. You can have a say in this. We live and literally breathe with our criteria. That is the basis to everything we do. We've had some Zoom meetings. We've all been in the room where we went back and forth, but at the end of the day, we feel really good about this criteria, and we feel really good about applying it to this entire process.
So let's have a great race. Let's have a great time. Good luck to all the guys out there, and we'll see who and how this race evolves over time. But for right now, go to statechampsnetwork.com, do your part, vote, and we will see you next week. What's up, Michigan? We have clipboards, and we have clipboards for a particular reason as we welcome you to the first State Champs recruiting radar segment of the season. And we're bringing in a new football recruiting analyst this year right here on the State Champs Sports Network. Many of you may have seen his work on the Michigan version of Prep Red Zone. So please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Alex Pallone to State Champs. It's good to have you.
Thank you. It was really great to be here.
All right, great. So we're excited to do this all season long. He's ready to go, give you guys some knowledge. But before we do, talk about your passion as it relates to recruiting and how long you've been doing it.
Yeah, I've been doing this since 2021. Got started with Prep Red Zone, did it throughout college. I just graduated in May, and really the passion comes from playing the game growing up, and I'm fortunate enough to do this for a living now.
All right, well, good. It's great to have you here. All right, so we've got a week one primer here. That's what we're doing. So these guys, we believe, are ready to blow up this season on the field, and of course, their stock as it relates to recruiting. So we've got 4 guys to get into today. Let's start in Celine. Under normal circumstances, he probably would have been a starter as a sophomore at most places, but the junior Tommy Carr had to wait until Celine's best QB of all time set his sights on Notre Dame. So the former Mr. Football candidate is no longer their big debut this week for Tommy Carr, but he's already got some interested parties.
He does, even though he has not been the varsity starter just yet. This past June, he received his first offers from Bowling Green State and Miami of Ohio. The 6'3", 185-pound quarterback is set to make his starting debut against Brighton. He has a big arm, makes big passes look effortless, got a very quick release, and it's just a solid pro-style passer.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to stay in Saline, and we want to talk about one of Carr's primary targets coming up this season. Ron Talley mentioned it in our Anvil conversation that the off-season can sometimes determine your future. So from 0 offers to Power 5 prognostications, talk about the ascendancy of tight end Lincoln Keys.
Not just Power 5 prospect, but national prospect now. He's 6'6", 235 pounds. Again, 0 offers at the end of last season, but since then, 30 D1 offers from the likes of teams like Michigan, Ohio State, and Alabama, and he did that through his excellent off season, going to camps and really showing out there.
Let's move on to Gibraltar Carlson Jr. Isaiah Wright. So from what I could gather, nearly 2,000 rushing yards last season, over 30 touchdowns, big interest in this young man.
Yeah, really. He's 5'10", 200 pounds, really a perfect size for a 3-down running back. Got his first Division I offer last October, so in the middle of the season. And now he's offered by Big Ten schools like Michigan State, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Indiana. So a lot of attention there. He's great between the tackles, a great receiving threat, and in my opinion, the most well-rounded back in the state.
Okay, well, there you go. We're going to wrap on the defensive side of the ball over at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. They have a hammer in senior DJ White.
6'3", 200 pounds for DJ White. Michigan State sent out their official offer on August 1st. They seem to really be the only school that's going hard after him. What stands out to me is his ability to anticipate plays. Most linebackers I see kind of have to read and then react, but he really seems like he watches film and knows the play before it even begins.
All right, well, hey guys, that's it for this week's Recruiting Radar. Where can people go to check out your in-depth reports?
Yeah, on Twitter, my handle is Alex_Pallone. You can also find me on Prep Red Zone Michigan, and that is prepredzonemichigan.com, and all of my content will be there.
All right, guys, let's do it again next week. And welcome back to another season of the State Champs Anvil Award. This is the award made and for the trench dwellers. My name is Lauren Plant. This young man is Ron Talley, and Ron is going to be our analyst for this season here on the Anvil Award. I know there are people watching right now who'll be like, Ron Talley, yeah, I remember Ron Talley. But for those who don't, just get them quickly familiar with where you started and where you went.
All right, thank you. Yes, my name is Ronald Talley. I'm a Detroit native, Renaissance High School over in Detroit, Notre Dame, Delaware, played in the NFL from 2009 to 2015. And, it's just a blessing to be here and still involved with a game that's taken me so far and helped me to mature into a much older man as I am now.
Wow. And what a voice, right? He's got a voice made for this. He was definitely born for this kind of work. And he's got a lot of experience when we're talking about guys who play the line. As you're looking on your screen right now, we have our initial top 10 for the Anvil Award. Let's get to the player profile that we have decided to do today. And that is, so far, our number 1 player on the list. His name is Avery Gatch, and he plays for Birmingham Groves.
If you look at this 6'5", 290-pound frame, you see someone with longer arms, able to move, and I'll tell you what I really like. He likes to dominate people. And I'm not just saying that physically, all right? He imposes his will. I'm talking about his mentality is fierce. He wants to beat the mess out of his opponents. And that's really what you want to see about the game. He puts his hands on guys, and I'm sure in those pads that there's a sound and impact, because on his film, you can see him here, starting at the line of scrimmage. Next thing you know, he's 5, 10, 15 yards down the field, throwing another opponent down on the ground and just laying on them and getting up slow.
Well, when it comes to voting, the number one guy, so the person who has the most votes, can never be removed from the competition. No matter how well or poorly we feel, or Ron feels, or Beckler feels he is performing, he stays on the list because he's the people's champ. They want to see him there, and that's how you weigh in. So if your community rises up and says, hey, yeah, he might have had a few bad weeks, we're keeping him in the competition, he's going to stay there. If he wins the online vote at the end of the season, he will have an opportunity to automatically be in our Final Four and automatically have a slight advantage to win the whole thing. However, we will choose the other three, and there is a criteria that we follow. You can find that on our website as well. Go to statechampsnetwork.com, click on the contest page, and then, of course, click on the State Champs Anvil Awards. All right, we'll see you next week.
My name is Dan, and I have dealt with family heating and cooling for 20 years plus. As property manager, I use family heating and cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced. I would definitely recommend family heating and cooling for their services.
Family is not just our name, it's the way we do business.
My father chose the name Family Heating because he wanted our company to treat everyone like family. Contact us today for your heating, cooling, and electrical needs, and you'll see the difference family makes.
With eyes raised above what is, there is a view of what could be. Beyond all known horizons are visions of an unformed future, brimming with curiosity that can change everything. When looking for the technology and tools that will turn your curiosity into magic, look no further. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
A high score.
A big win.
These things are impressive.
But it's what you don't see that counts.
The years of honing our skills.
The late nights and early mornings.
Pushing through even when it hurts.
The teamwork.
The dedication.
You don't see the hours of practice our team puts into winning games, but it pays off on the field.
And you don't see the years of practice our attorneys put into winning cases, but it pays off in the courtroom. The Detroit Lions.
And 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Winning for you.
Welcome back in to Tom Adams Field. So glad you could join us here on the State Champs Network, and of course our friends from Local 4, WDIV. Now I have to say this for the record. When I grow up and puberty arrives on my doorstep, I want my voice to sound something like Coach Talley's. That is the deepest man. I mean, it is Barry White deep. That is a phenomenal bass voice, let's be honest.
It is. I mean, the only thing I could think of was how do we get him to narrate something with Morgan Freeman? That would be a great contrast, two voices right there.
Woo! About to start this second half, or so we think. If you can take a look here at Tom Adams Field, there are no lights on the field right now. So are they going to try to rush through this? I don't know if they had to be started back up. But certainly I think with the amount of people here, perhaps the heat, et cetera, there have been some electrical issues here today. Whether it be the elevator earlier or now the lights on the field. So we'll keep an eye on that. Perhaps one of our crew down on the field, if you guys hear anything about that, let us know. I don't think it's a problem right now, think being the key and operative word, but then again, Grant Perry, I'm not down there playing.
Right. This is giving me kind of flashbacks, and you probably remember what Super Bowl it was, but I know it was the Harbaugh versus Harbaugh where the lights went out and everyone started asking questions. Well, who did it? Who's responsible? It's giving me that kind of vibe, right? Maybe someone's trying to throw some stuff off. No, I'm just joking, but waiting to see if these things get turned back on. But like you said, I think if they don't turn on, we're in a rush versus the dark.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I've seen that a few times in the past.
Could this be an uncanny coincidence here this year that they come back and play again tomorrow at
You
similar?
had to go there, didn't you?
I don't want to put it out there, but good Lord, someone wants to trend in that direction.
Yeah, I think let's wait and see what the story is. In the meantime, let's have a flashback. We take a look back at last year's meeting between De La Salle and Davison. The Pilots jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Then, of course, the wicked weather wreaked havoc, causing the game to resume the next day at Davison High School. And the Cardinals came away with that 31-26 victory. It's almost like Chuck was listening to what you just said, Grant Perry. We're wondering right now, we're having a conversation. You can see some conversations down on the field. Are they going to try to rush this right now? Let's wait and see. I see Johnny Kidd down there. Even though he's the mayor of Downriver, he still is working in a game like this too, because that's what he does. Timeout before we start the second half. We think. He's Grant Perry. I'm Sean Belegian. Of course, Kara Lyle's down on the field, and you're watching State Champs Network. Game Time Live all across the State Champs Network and the Local 4 Network.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry
Howie's! A high score.
A big win.
These things are impressive.
But it's what you don't see that counts.
The years of honing our skills.
The late nights and early mornings.
Pushing through even when it hurts.
The teamwork.
The dedication.
You don't see the hours of practice our team puts into winning games, but it pays off on the field.
And you don't see the years of practice our attorneys put into winning cases, but it pays off in the courtroom. The Detroit Lions.
And 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Winning for you.
All right, welcome back to Tom Adams Field here on the campus of Wayne State University. The lights went out at Tom Adams Field. Literally, Grant, about a minute before we came back on the air to start what we thought was going to be the third quarter. The lights went out. I can see one of the crews over on the far side of the field working to restore the tower lights. And I believe Kara's downstairs. So why don't we throw it down to Kara right now with Coach Roan. Kara?
All right, Coach. Well, what were some of the things that you guys addressed in the locker room?
We talked about making plays on offense. We've got some pretty athletic guys on the edge, and we got to get them the ball in space. Earlier in the game when we did it, those guys made plays. We also got to kind of loosen up a little bit on the sidelines. We're a little bit too intense, so we're putting a lot of pressure on our kids.
How about, this matchup, the way that it ended last year, going into the second half, how much more is it going to mean this year?
We want to wrap this up and play well in the second half. And, they're a good team. They're a great program. They got great coaches. So we need to kind of match that and hopefully get out of here and score some points and get the W.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Kara, and thank you, Coach Roan. I know this from experience here because I have called the games here this will be my 16th year. it's not the easiest thing to get these lights on. It's not like, Grant, I can turn around and turn this light on and, oh, look, it powered right up. Those lights, takes a few minutes for them to power up. So I don't want to speculate, but I can tell you from my experience here, we were under quite a delay that particular day. So we'll wait and see. In the meantime, Grant, we were wondering aloud, are they going to try to play in this dusk conditions? And the answer to that is definitively no. They're going to wait and see how this works out. Could you imagine if that happened 2 years in a row to these two teams?
I mean, first game of the year, Southgate Anderson versus Trenton ended in a 1-point win for Southgate last year. Same thing happened today. Here we are with a little bit of
now you're freaking me out.
A little bit of a delay here to start the second half over here at Tom Adams Field. De La Salle and Davison last year. That game took 2 days. Hoping it doesn't take 2 days here today. But of course, player safety is always the primary concern, and you can't play without light. It's just too dangerous, and you can't see anything. So we'll be here. We'll be waiting for these lights to come on, and we'll keep you guys updated.
100%. I was down. It was my first year calling Wayne State. And this is what we call in the business story time, because we have to pass the time to let our audience know. But a guy by the name of Joik Bell was playing for Wayne State. He ended up winning the Harlan Hill, which is D2's equivalent to the Heisman Trophy. And the power went out at Indianapolis, and they could not get the lights back on. So basically they said, if we're going to finish this game, we're going to give these guys 2 minutes after the second quarter, and they got to come back out here. And they did. And maybe you've heard of it or seen it, but that was where Joik chased the guy all the way down the field after being down 10 yards behind him on a 2-point conversion return and tackled him at the 2-yard line. Yeah, it was one of those things. I'm sure the play's probably on YouTube or something. It's one of those plays, if you didn't see it, it's hard to believe. And, of course, I told anybody that would listen, this is a guy that was that good, he could have played in the National Football League, and we obviously know how that turned out. Career not only with the Detroit Lions, went to the Bears for a spell before coming back home to the Detroit Lions. In case you're just joining us, it's still halftime, kind of. The towers went out here, the lights on the field, and as everybody knows this time of year, Grant, every year it still surprises me. We're used to it getting dark around 9:30, 9:45, and all of a sudden it's 8:15, and out where I'm living, oh my gosh, it's completely dark here. It never ceases to amaze me. So, and I'm sure, people even further east than where I am have that same routine as well. You ever involved in something like this in your career?
Let me think. Actually, funny you mentioned that. I'm thinking back to my sophomore year Prep Kickoff Classic versus Cass Tech. There was an incident. I don't know what it was. There was a loud noise, and we had to stop the game for a little bit. Everyone hit the deck. That was a little bit of a pause in the game. Still don't really know what happened, but just a loud sound out there in the stands, and everyone started kind of freaking out. So we all got down and had a little bit of a pause, but ended up resuming shortly. Now let me ask you this, Sean. Obviously we know that you broadcasted and done it with Wayne State. Did you happen, and for the viewers that don't know, Coach Weingarts, Jake Weingarts, Davison's head coach, played receiver, ended up playing receiver at Wayne State. Did you have the opportunity of calling games while he was there?
A few years before me. I believe he was graduated 06, and I started in 09. Let's throw it down to Kara Lyles in the meantime, shall we, Kara?
Well, while we're waiting for the lights to come back on here, I'm here with, it looks like you're a cheerleader for the time being. What's your name? What year are you?
My name is Evan Haynes. I'm a senior at De La Salle.
All right, and what are we doing out here with the pom-poms? What's going on?
Well, Regina's our sister school, so we thought we'd show some support to them.
What's your favorite cheer?
What's my favorite cheer? Let's get fired up. I think we want to fire up.
I think you should show us your favorite cheer right now.
Oh. The lights just came on, folks. All right, let's, Kara, we going to see that favorite cheer? Maybe not. All right, so let me explain to you what happened here, because our camera is not going to reach out that far. As we were talking about, Grant, you can see the towers. It's going to take a while for them to power up. In the meantime, the auxiliary lights are going to come on and kind of provide that low light type of situation until the upper towers power up. This is pretty much a scenario I saw play out a few years ago. I think we're going to get it started, right?
Let's do it.
We're going to get it started, all right. Why don't we do it? 3-0. Davison on top. De La Salle is set to receive here in this second half. Trying to get something for the offense going. Well, I shouldn't say that, Grant Perry. Both teams had some big plays, but unfortunately just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, we saw both teams turn it over in their own red zone. That's a pivotal place in which you got to try to hold on to that ball. If not, leave with a kick, a field goal. Both teams were down there and turned it over in their own red zone.
Yeah, what a big kick there. My goodness gracious, huh? Into the end zone, automatic touchback. And let's see what this Warren De La Salle offense can do. Certainly Gasparoni's had his moments. As the auxiliary lights are here, illuminating this beautiful field. Tom Adams Field here in Midtown Detroit. De La Salle played here for many, many years, as a matter of fact. Now the Cardinals going back out on the field. And here come the Pilots. Once again, Sante Gasparoni, the quarterback. Senior quarterback. Going to go have a word with the referee. Gasparoni says, okay, put it on the hash mark. Okay, fine. 2 receiver split, far side, 1 in the slot, 1 near side. Gasparoni shotgun formation. Lone setback on his left hip. Sends a man in motion. Awaits a snap. Under pressure. Jumps up. Throws a 50-50 ball. Some contact out there. I think that's of the incidental variety. Grant Perry, I know as a wide receiver, you kind of want to say, no, it wasn't. But as an objective viewer, I can see you shaking your head.
Yeah, that's just incidental contact, like you said. 2 guys trying to make a play, and they just bump into each other, get their feet tangled up there. Originally, it looked like the play was going to be coming to the left here. Sante Gasparoni there rolled to the left. Looks like Phoenix, Glasner didn't necessarily know if that play was coming to him. Sante ends up throwing it back across the field. I think, like you said, that was a good no call. Just 2 guys going at the ball.
2nd and 10 now for the Pilots at their own 20-yard line. Just underway here in this second quarter. 2 receiver split far side, 2 near side. Throw near side, completed about the 24. Good stutter step backwards out past the 25. Showing a little athleticism there, huh? Number 23, Phoenix Glasner, the multi-sport athlete.
Yeah, good job there catching the ball, understanding if you get off coverage from a cornerback, take we call it a gift. Take the gift, right? Take the free yards, 5 yards, drop your hips, turn your eyes back to the quarterback, catch the ball, and usually turn upfield. That time he backpedaled upfield. New one for me to see.
3rd and 2. Keeper all the way. Sante got the first down. Good second effort. He ran into a wall and just kind of rolled off some bodies up to the 33-yard line. That is a first down for the Pilots.
Just kept the legs moving. That's a big kid back there, number 15, Sante Gasparoni. 6'3", 220 pounds. Holds offers from Grand Valley State, Ferris. Talking about Coach Roan, he thinks he's going to be a D1 quarterback when it's all said and done. And if he has a year similar to last, 3,000 yards total, he definitely will get those looks down the road.
Fresh set of downs. Back to pass again, throwing a slant, incomplete. Not sure. We're going to have to take a look at the replay. Not sure if the DB got a hand in or that just bounced off the intended receiver, the dangerous Damian King, but regardless, it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and we see here, De La Salle's coming out with quick game here. You just got 2 slants to the field here. You got Damian King with off coverage. He wins that 9 times out of 10. He won that route. Just didn't look the ball into his hands. That ball got on him quick. He's just got to get the hands maybe down, pinkies down, caress the catch there and go down. But I bet he wants that one back. But De La Salle's coming out here second half, throwing the ball quick, trying to get plays on the perimeter.
2nd and 10 now for the Pilots. On their own 33-yard line. Back to pass again. This time, that ball was tipped and didn't get to Damian King. You could see the official right away calling that tip ball. So a big 3rd and 10 now.
And that's Warren Kane, number 2, the defensive end. I mean, you can just, I mean, from up here, we're about a good 300 yards away from the field, but, I mean, the kid has the prototype, body and build of a D1 defensive end. Moves like a great get-off. He's been affecting the pass game even when he doesn't get quarterback pressure. He's just getting his hands up and deflecting the pass there.
Trip receivers far side, one near side. Sante Gasparoni back to pass, steps up, completes it, going to be short of a first down though. Julius Wilson with the reception, but hit immediately after a gain of about 5 yards, and Pilot's going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, that's a big drive there for Davison D. De La Salle comes out, they're trying to run a mesh concept, trying to get guys running shallows, 2 to 3 yards downfield, ability to get the ball out quick if you're the quarterback. But Davison zones it off. Linebackers are just sitting, waiting, passing off the crossers. They do a good job. Julius Wilson catches that ball, but is met immediately for a tackle.
Well, let's see. They can get a good punt off here. Low snap. Boy, he's going to take off and run. And that's a good run. That's a good decision. Into Cardinal territory. 30, 25, 20, inside the 20-yard line. And I think Coach Roan's going to tell you, of course that was a design, Grant.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it just works out that way. Really good heads-up here play by Batanti. Does a good job of seeing, hey, I'm not going to kick this, right? They're going to block it. I might as well run with it. Does a good job. Everyone vacates the area, assuming the ball's going to be kicked into the air, not knowing that it was a bad snap. Essentially just a punter dive, if you will. Picks it up. Huge gain right there, putting them in scoring territory.
Well, the dangerous Batante, we've been talking about it. He showed it there all the way down to the 15-yard line. Momentum decided to move to this side of the stadium right now. Let's see what the Pilots can do with it. 1st and 10 at the Cardinal 15-yard line. Gasparoni, shotgun formation, keeper here. Hit from behind, he falls forward. Ball comes loose at the very end, fallen on by the Pilots. I think they're going to say he was down at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like he was on his way down. They're just running a counter lead here. The quarterback Q. They're going to get 2 pullers at the point of attack here. Number 80 and number 56. David Birch and Zach Wagner leading the way with the running back also lead blocking. Sante Gasparoni definitely down, gets the knee down, but fighting hard for those yards. Definitely wiping the sweat off your head if you're a De La Salle coach there.
You are absolutely right. Good eyes. He was down. 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line to Batante out of the Wildcat. Boy, look at that young man fight. Looked like he was going to be brought down for a loss and still ends up picking up a couple of yards, setting up what should be a 3rd and 3.
And that's just, that's coach to player trust right there. Last time, Anthony Batante was in the Wildcat package, ended up fumbling it. It was a big loss on the play. They call his name again, and he picks up a big few yards there to make this a 3rd down and manageable.
Well, he's going to stay out there. Is this young man, Anthony Batante. Shotgun formation. He's running again out of the Wildcat. Takes a big hit. Boy, look at that second effort. He got that first down. Oh, that kid runs hard. And he's down to the 5-yard line for a Pilot first down.
If you can incorporate your quarterback into the run game, it's adding an 11th element. It means you got 10 people blocking for that one last player that usually isn't accounted for, right? Quarterback usually hands it off or throws it. In this situation, they're putting him into the mix, saying, hey, Davison, go ahead and cover everybody. Try to stop the quarterback. We got 10 guys blocking at the point of attack, and they're just playing hard-nosed football right now. Wildcat package, trying to put this thing in.
And they're keeping him out there again. Let's see. Direct snap, or are we going to go jet? No, direct snap. Batante hitting the backfield, but here he comes again. Touchdown! You're not going to bring that kid down with an arm tackle. No, sir. Pilots get on the board. How about that wrinkle?
Yeah, that was nice. I mean, they're owning the Wildcat package right now, and Davison doesn't have an answer for it. It looked like number 51, Jaden Lockhart, the Saginaw Valley commit, was going to be able to get in the backfield and maybe bring him down. But Anthony Batante, I mean, Coach said this week, Coach Roan said that 90% of the teams around Michigan, he'd be starting quarterback. I mean, he might be the starting running back at 90% of the teams the way he's running. Not getting brought down by the first guy, fighting through contact. Really good job. Way to get in the end zone there for De La Salle.
Point after, high snap, but the snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Boy, what a reversal of fortune. It looked like the Cardinals were getting the ball back, but it's all Batante. A fake punt, and then a slew of Wildcat formations and this impressive touchdown run. Anthony Batante does a little bit of everything, and he finishes that off with a touchdown run. Hey, Alta Equipment Company knows when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO, the number 2, ALTA. There's a good look at the young man. Humble young man. He's got that look on his face that says, I just did what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, and the coaches, they applauded him for his ability to be a team player. You know, they came to him, towards the end of camp and said, hey, I think we're going to roll with Sante Gasparoni. We need you to move over to linebacker. We'll still got the Wildcat package for you. That'll be your treat for being such a team player. And he's gone over there. He's been such a force on defense for them. The coach said he's a true do-it-all, team-first kind of player, number 9, Anthony Batante.
Well, let's not forget, Sante Gasparoni, over 3,000 total yards last year. And that's why, with all the explosiveness on both these teams, it's kind of a surprise we're sitting here at 7-3. Boy, what a weird bounce that is, and that's going to go into the end zone. So the touchback, Cardinals offense will take over. Trailing for the first time. In case you missed it, the Cardinals kicked a field goal, 25-yard field goal, on the last play of the first half to take a 7-0 lead. And then De La Salle here on that last possession, buoyed by, how else can I say it? Anthony Batante. How about a fake punt? A couple Wildcats. The last one into the end zone. Pilots take a 7-3 lead. Let's see what the Cardinals have for an answer. Jackson Dosh has gone all the way. That's number 1. He's got 2 receivers split far side. The dangerous A.J. Hill in the backfield. 1st and 10. Fake the handoff to Hill. Dosh rolling far side, looking, firing out of bounds. Good coverage down there. Flags fly. Let's see what that's all about. Right at the end of the play, that flag flew. Coming from the near side of the field. So, legal man downfield. Okay. Now with these auxiliary lights, the good news is we can play. It keeps the light kind of middle ground, if you will. The bad news is, for guys like us, we better be looking at that monitor because those dark numbers right now from the Cardinals are tough to see.
Yeah, they'll play with you a little bit, especially in this lighting.
Yeah.
Illegal man downfield.
I find it interesting. They feel really comfortable. Davison is that is in the offensive. Roland Jackson Dosh, the right-handed quarterback, to the left. I mean, he's rolled left and thrown left more than he has to the right. And that time they were into the boundary, so they had the field to the the right was to the field. So interesting that they're throwing to the left on the run. It's interesting to see if that keeps going.
Cardinals now with a 1st and 15 from their own 15. Trip receivers far side. Hill, the lone setback. Starts on the left, on the right, now on the left. Dosh in the shotgun, claps his hands, gets the snap. Looks far side, throws far side, single coverage out there, no chance. Receiver went out, ball went in. 2nd and 15 from the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and that's Jackson Dosh. He's throwing at number 21, Isaiah Jones. I mean, we talked about him a lot already, but that's a guy that has 28 starts under his belt, 3-year starter. So if you're going to throw to his side, you got to be confident that throw is going to be good. That was a good miss there, leaving it in the middle of the field, not letting him make a play on the ball. But 2 passes in a row where they kind of been, haven't had an option to make a throw. Interesting to see what they do here on 3rd down.
7 and 15.
2nd, excuse me.
7 and 55 to go here in this 3rd quarter. 7-3. Pilots on top, and all of a sudden this side of the stadium making a lot of noise here. The side in purple. Play clock down to 7. Dosh still looking the other side. Play clock down to 2. Down to 1. Claps his hands, gets a snap, throws. I think there's going to be some movement. They're going to move him back again, aren't they?
Seems that be.
Yes, indeed. Boy, not the start that this Cardinal offense wanted, especially deep in their own zone and trailing for the first time in this game, 7-3.
Yeah.
2nd and 20 now, Grant Perry.
Not ideal situation to be in here. And this is Jackson Dash's first for everything, right? First start of his career. First time that he's gone into the second half, down right now in his own area. Coach has got to dial something up here to let him get the ball out quick, but get it to a playmaker then make a play. I wouldn't be surprised they try to get to A.J. Hill on some short pass, some screen type.
Trip receivers near side, one far side. Dosh shotgun formation. Flags come flying again. That was a keeper to Dosh, and he had a lot of space out there, but we're going to get movement again, aren't we?
They're running out of real estate to go backwards here.
Isn't that the truth? 2nd and 25, backed up to their own 5-yard line now.
And this is where Jackson has to learn to be smart, right? You feel like the pressure's mounting right now. You can't try to be a hero and make a play that's not there. This is really where great teams succeed on defense. You can see De La Salle here coming away with a turnover if Jackson Dosh isn't safe and smart with the football here.
Let's see if you try to keep the defense honest here, right? Maybe give a dose of Hill. We'll see. Dosh shotgun formation, 2 receivers split far side. Standing on his own goal line. They do give it to Hill. AJ makes a cut at the 5. Boy, there's that burst of speed again, out past the 10, and finally brought down at the 15-yard line. Boy, it didn't look like that was going anywhere, and the next thing you know, he picks up 10 yards.
Yeah, he's got a great burst. Watching his tape, just his dual dimension and being able to catch the ball but also run the ball really well. Reminds me a lot of Travis Etienne, just the way his body moves, how smooth he is, the way he catches it, the way he gets through the cuts, runs through arm tackles. That's a good pickup there on 2nd down, giving your quarterback and your offense a little bit more room to breathe for the opportunity, hopefully, to convert here on a 3rd and long.
3rd and 15 now. 2 receivers, split near side, 1 in motion now. Trips near side. Dosh claps his hands, looks near side, throws near side. Some contact, but the ball falls incomplete. Another big defensive stand by this Pilot defense, Grant.
Yeah, and that's number 7, strong safety, Robbie Armani, just in coverage, in phase. Wesley Hughes tries to come back and make a play on the ball, but if you're a DB, if you're in phase, if you get your eyes back, when that receiver's eyes get big, you're in a good position. And Robbie Emery makes that very hard pass to complete, helps De La Salle get off the field here for a 4th down punt.
Well, they should get good field position here. Should being the key and operative word. Standing back is Phoenix Glassnor. Well, it's a good punt, though, isn't it? Kind of takes a backwards bounce, though. Davison downs that at about the 46-yard line, but still good field position. When looking for the tools that will turn your curiosity to magic, look no further than Lawrence Tech University. Go to ltu.edu for more information. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. Technological.
Let's hear it for all our student athletes participating this year. And every season starts
along with Grant Perry, Carol Lyles down on the field. I'm Sean Belegian. 7-3. Pilots on top of the Cardinals. Setting up shop. Good field position here at the Cardinal 45-yard line. 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Tight end in motion. Gasparoni trying to set up a little screen out of the backfield. Incomplete. Mike Lopez, the intended receiver. Just couldn't pull it in, Lopez. So 2nd and 10 now from the 46-yard line. Check that.
I like the play call there. They're making it look like it's a roll right pass. They try to sneak the back out to the to the boundary there. Gasparoni there puts a ball in Lopez's hands. Just a hard one to catch there, moving backwards.
Sante barking out to his lineman, then looks to Coach Roan, now barking a new set of signals out. 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Cardinal. Pilots lead 7-3. I think they're going to call a timeout. Play call was down to 0. I think Coach Roan made that call from the sidelines. Better to call the timeout, burn the timeout, than lose the 5 yards.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Rowan's letting Gasparoni have a little bit of an earful here. And when you're a senior, going into your senior year, you expect the most out of your quarterback, and it's just having an understanding of the play clock, understanding of the situation, having some tempo and some urgency. Hey guys, let's go, let's get lined up. No time to dilly-dally. And Coach Rowan's letting Gasparoni know, hey, we got to get these guys lined up quick, get the play off in order to stay ahead of the chains.
Look at Johnny Kidd getting some of the camera work there. Well done. Hey, by the way, another flashback. Davison is also known for their outstanding wrestling program. Since the year 2000, they have won 8 state championships, including this one here in 2022 when they beat Detroit Catholic Central in the Division I team wrestling state final. 2nd and 10 from the Cardinal 46-yard line. 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Man in motion. Sante back to pass, tries to set up that bubble screen. Gets 1 block, can't get another though. Minimal gain, give him a gain of 5, setting up a manageable 3rd and 5.
And that's a good job surrounding Damian King. I mean, he gets a screen pass on the perimeter. It's a tunnel screen, so he's going to look to try to get back up the hash. Takes a few steps inside and then tries to get down the hash, but Davison has good pursuit to the football there. And when you got a guy like Damian King catching the ball in open space, you got to rally to the football or else he'll make you pay.
4 receiver set now. Sante in the shotgun, going to step out now. Lets the offensive line know what's going on. Running back on his right hip. 3rd and 5. Complete. Nice move. Shimmy up to about the 31. Push back there, but good enough for a 1st down, Pilots.
And that's the 2nd time we've seen, just, hey, run a hitch, cut it off at 5, be ready to catch the ball and turn upfield. Really good job there, understanding off coverage. If you're Sante Gasparoni, pick the short side of the field. If you like the look, take it. And you got a great receiver in Phoenix Glasner catching it, who makes the quarterback, barely names miss, picks up a couple extra yards.
Fresh set it down at the 31-yard line. Sante again, shotgun formation. They've been throwing this time. He's going to keep it. And he's got some space. 25, 1st down and more. Near sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
That's a great play. I mean, that's just a quarterback keep. You got pullers at the point of attack, and then you get the edge sealed. So you don't even have to worry about running inside a kick-out block. You just got guys blocking, leading the way there. Number 17 for Davison there. Eli Jackson takes a little bit of a bad angle. Sante Gasparoni's got wheels. Just under 1,000 yards rushing last season. Makes him pay, picks up a big chunk.
Now they're going to say he stepped out back at about the 13-yard line, 18-yard line. Check that. Complete, though, here. Pushed out of bounds right about the 10-yard line. Once again, the dual sport threat. Phoenix Glasner down to about the 11-yard line. So give them a gain of 7, setting up a 2nd and 3. They seem to have found a little something. Nickel and diamond, but here they are working their way down the field, Grant.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've been doing a good job here of just getting the access throw, right? Throwing it to the boundary as quick as you can to his, to Sante's good side, his left side, and letting Phoenix Glasner just catch it 5 yards and then make some guys miss. And you keep an eye out too. If they start pressing, they're probably going to send Phoenix and Damian deep here later in the game.
Batanti checks back in, keeper again, look out, touchdown again. Oh, he is dangerous. Anthony Batanti, that Wildcat formation. And it's been the Batanti show here in the 3rd quarter. 2 touchdowns now, and a big fake punt for Anthony Batanti.
And just a really good job here on this play. It's a quarterback wildcat run. He knows he's got guys at the point of attack blocking, leading the way. He's just got to be patient, make a decision, read the blocks. Isaac Gattine, number 22, does a great job of sealing it, along with number 80, Zach Wagner, on the block.
High snap, they got it down. Kick is up. The kick is good. So with 5:07 to go here.
Just keep your eyes on number 22 and number 80 here leading the way. I mean, there's nobody at the point of attack. You got one guy, you take care of him. All Anthony Batanti needs is one step. Number 22, Isaac Gattine, gets another block, and then downfield, receivers making plays. That's number 23, Phoenix Glasner, blocking downfield.
A family heating, cooling, and electrical family, not just the name of our company. but the way we do business. Now, we're having all these throwbacks tonight, and I want to test my own memory, and I'm not trying to make you blush, but I remember doing a game about 10 years ago, Brother Rice against Catholic Central. And I think there was a quarterback by the name of Alex Malzone. Are you familiar with his work?
I am, yes.
And there was a wide receiver, and I could be wrong, but I need to ask you. Didn't he catch like 2 80-yard touchdowns that game? Am I misremembering that?
You know, I got to take your word for it, Sean. You've been calling the game all night. I haven't heard one missed call. I got to trust you on that one. Heck of a play by that guy if he really did.
Oh, that was something. Don't tell anybody. His name is Grant Perry. That kickoff's going to go into the end zone. A couple of booming kicks here. And now, certainly the onus, Grant, is on this Cardinal offense. They got to get something going.
Got to move the ball. Got to find out what's working and what can get you down the field without taking too much time off the clock. You are down 2 scores. And it seems like De La Salle's kind of found their rhythm on offense. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind, right? Don't want to have a 3-and-out here or a quick possession just to let the momentum build on the offensive side of the ball for De La Salle.
14-3, De La Salle Pilots. And as I mentioned, it's been the Anthony Batante show. 2 touchdowns, a big fake punt. We're going to call it a fake punt. That's what we're going to call it. How's that?
Yep. Coaches will appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. Trying to get something going. There's a guy that can do a little something. A.J. Hill, the Ferris State to be running back. Finds a way to squeak his way up to about the 22, 23-yard line.
Good tackle there by Anthony Presnell, senior for this De La Salle defense, a guy that gives his all every day in practice. A great story as well. He's battled through 4 knee surgeries and is still out there competing hard as heck.
2nd and 8 now for this Cardinal offense. Certainly not out of it with the big play capabilities they have, but they got to get something going. Out of the backfield, pass intended for the running back, thrown outside as he cut inside. And boy, we've seen a lot of that tonight, haven't we, Grant? It just seems like, some of the plays have been there. The execution perhaps has not been.
Yeah, and they're just trying to run mesh wheel right there, trying to slip that back out, hoping that they're in man coverage. That's what you wanted in, because that linebacker is trying to work out to the running back in hopes that the receiver running a shallow route kind of rubs him, leaves the running back open. In that case, Jackson Josh just puts it behind him, doesn't give him a ball to run with.
3rd and 8, bunch receivers near side. Empty backfield now. Back to pass. Jackson under pressure. Boy, somehow he got out of that. Boy, somehow he stayed up on his feet. Now he releases. He's got a man out there, just overshoots him. Oh, you're rooting for that kid to avoid 2 sacks the way he did. Great ball down the far sideline, just overshot the intended receiver.
That would have been a beautiful play right there if Jackson Dosh was able to maintain it, put that ball over the head, and let Peyton Coakley run through that one. It looked like he was going to get sacked twice, just like you said, Sean, and he kept his balance, good contact balance, trying to keep the play alive, just couldn't find a receiver downfield.
Now, the last thing that you want to do after the Pilots just went down the field twice on your defense, the last 2 drives, is give them the ball back. That's exactly what they're going to do. Good punt there. High booming kick. Taken at about the 38-yard line, near sideline. Makes a couple men miss, but then goes down about the 40-yard line after a gain of 2. So here comes the Pilot offense. As I mentioned, the last 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, both coming off of Anthony Batante. Well, you have a man down. You hope he's okay. There, we're helping him up. Good. A lot of energy on this near side of the field where the broadcast booth is. The Pilot fan base enjoying life right now. Let's face it, not a lot to cheer about early on in this one, Grant.
Yeah,
but they got her going now.
Yeah, they do. And if you're De La Salle, you just want to avoid mistakes that you made last year. Gasparoni threw a pick 6 last year to a D lineman. So those are the things that you're telling them, hey, make the right reads, get it to your guys, and let's keep the ball on our side.
Trip receivers far side, 1 near side. Gasparoni looks to this near side, awaits the call in. Steps up under center, tells his lineman what's up. Running back switches from the left to the right hip. And Gasparoni waits for it, fakes the handoff, swings it out. Look at Phoenix, made a couple men miss, can't miss number 3 and 4. Back to the original line of scrimmage, setting up a 2nd and 10.
That's good athleticism there by number 2, Warren Kane, defensive end. He's been a dominant factor here in the pass game, just with his ability to disrupt passes, get his hands up. He stands 6'5", so that's that kind of comes with the 6'5" package. But good job there of running down the screen, not giving up, making that tackle there for no gain.
2nd and 10 now for the Pilots. Clock running, 3.5 to go here, third quarter. Pilots on top, 14-3. Looking to add more. Handoff here. Boy, made a couple men miss in the backfield. Good hard run all the way up to the 47-yard line. Looked like he was dead in the water at the line of scrimmage, but working his way up to the 47-yard line to set up a manageable 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and that's Isaac Gatine, number 22, the senior running back, standing 6 feet, 220. Looks like he's getting tackled by 2 different defenders of Davison for no gain at all, but ends up running through it. Great contact balance, getting through and making this a 3rd down and very manageable.
Good hard run by Gatine. Trip receivers far side, one near side. Gatine stays in. Started on the right hip of Sante, now moving to the left side. See what Coach Roan dials up here. Man in motion from the far to the near. Keeper Gasparoni somehow weaves his way. Enough for the 1st down. He needed 3 yards. He got 3 yards and maybe 3 inches.
Yeah, really good job there of just following your blockers, trusting it, keeping the momentum going, driving your feet. You're 6'3", 220 pounds. It's a way to use your body as an advantage there on that play.
They're going to mark it right on the midfield stripe. So not quite yet into Cardinal territory. But they do keep the ball, and they keep the clock running. 2:20 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Pilots on top, 14-3. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Gatine, single setback. Gasparoni, back to pass. Looking up top. Got Phoenix out there, intercepted. Great play on the ball by Trayton Haydu. Oh, my goodness. Good read, huh?
Yeah, really. I mean, Trayton Haydu, a 2-year starter for this defense. You're just going to see him absolutely stay in phase here. Davison brings the blitz, right? So Gasparoni kind of gets rid of it, doesn't let the play develop downfield. Trayton Haydu is all over it on Phoenix Glasser, number 23. Really good job, and that's a great job of catching that ball. Usually the defensive back has issue catching it. He actually turned it into the receiver on that play. He's the quarterback of that defense.
Well, the Cardinals needed a big play. I mean, make no mistake about that. You are spot on, Grant Perry. They needed a big play. Now, let's see if this offense can provide a spark. A lot of times teams look for quick change and go for something big after a big play on one side of the ball. Let's see if they do that here. Dosh going to keep this. Boy, great pursuit. The Purple People Eaters would not let him hit that edge, and that's going to be a loss of 4 yards on the play.
De La Salle's discipline, just to stay down the line of scrimmage and just keep chasing the football no matter where you're at in the field, and keeping leverage is really paying off right now. Jackson Dosh and this O-line for Davison is trying to find ways to get north and south and pick up important yards here, and De La Salle's not giving them much to go with.
Trip receivers near side, 1 far side. Jackson Dosh has been made to feel uncomfortable here tonight. Shotgun formation on this 2nd and 13. He's going to keep it again. Finds a little more space up front. Boy, had to make sure he held onto that ball. As you could tell, they were trying the strip drill. Ends up picking up a couple, but still, Grant, a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and they're finding themselves behind the chains here. Haven't really found anything that's helped them get ahead of the chains here on 1st and 2nd down. But Jackson Dosh does a good job, like you said, holding on to the football, not turning it over. De La Salle, man, they're swarming to that football.
3rd and a long 10. Dosh steps up, yells to his lineman. Trip receivers near side, 1 far side. Back to pass. Under pressure in his own end zone. Dodges one guy. No, he doesn't. Down he goes. Back at the 5-yard line. Sebastian Rouse coming in and making trouble.
And that's a really good job. That's a coverage sack right there. If you can see the shell of the defense. What they played there, De La Salle, was a 4 lock, meaning the cornerbacks are going to man up on their men outside, and then safeties and the slot defenders, Sam linebacker, they're going to just bracket everything inside. They were trying to run a screen, Davison that is, but the cornerbacks are already pressed. They're ready for it. Jackson Dosh has to scramble around, try to find something. Just couldn't do it. On
the back of his own end zone. Short kick. Boy, this is a very short punt. bounces in the air, and finally down at the 29-yard line. So Sebastian Roos wreaks havoc, sacks the quarterback at the 5-yard line, and once again, when we start this fourth quarter, the Pilots are going to have great field position, this time at about the 30-yard line. My goodness gracious, fourth quarter action coming up next here in just a moment. Tara Lyles down on the field, Grant Perry upstairs. We're going to take a break. Fourth quarter next on the State Champs Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's! At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Welcome back here to Wayne State University as we get ready to kick off the fourth quarter. A name that we have used a lot here tonight is Phoenix Glassnor, but something that you might not know about him in their state final game last season, he actually separated his collarbone. It was actually, I'm sorry, not his collarbone, it was separated his shoulder. And then this year, he decided, you know what, even though I'm committed to Toledo to play basketball, I want to be a part of this team no matter what. He said, I want to help develop these young kids into strong football players here at De La Salle, and that's exactly what he's doing tonight, making a huge difference in this game, guys.
Time. First down carry up to about the 27-yard line. Boy, the way this game has come out, you don't want to speak in, totality about things, but it would be in Davison's best interest to keep them out of the end zone the way that this De La Salle Pilot defense is playing, Grant.
Yeah. You want to keep them out of the end zone, and you're trying to rip at that ball. You're trying to find any way to steal the possession here without giving up points.
Batante back in. Once again, that Wildcat, he's going to keep it somehow, some way. Through the mass of humanity, he dives forward to the 19-yard line for another Pilot first down.
And I think Anthony Batante, obviously he's got the hot hand. I think the De La Salle coaches are rolling with him. It's been a few plays in a row where Gasparoni's kind of been watching from the sideline. So Anthony Batante's got the hot hand. They're going to let him roll.
Not a bad decision at all. Batante looking to that far sideline. He's got Katine in there at running back. Damian King, the fourth I might add, split wide near side. Shotgun formation once again, 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. The give to Katine. He's got some space over the left side, inside the 10, and brought down at about the 9-yard line. They're just making it look too easy right now.
Yeah, they're going to try to break Davison's will right now. They're going to say, hey, we haven't been able to throw the ball as effectively as we wanted to, but we're still winning. Our run game has picked up in the second half. Go ahead and stop us. We got 6 feet, 220 pounds, and Isaac Gatine running the ball, and then you got Anthony Batante, 6'3", 200 pounds. I mean, they're going to break Davison's will here, and that's, I think, what the coaches of De La Salle are trying to do.
2nd and 2 from the 9-yard line. Batante stays in. He's going to keep it. Batante hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward. Going to be very close to a first down. Let's see what it is. they can get the first down and give themselves a first and goal situation. I think they're going to say he's just a little bit short, Grant.
I think they just gave it to him.
They just gave it to him. Every time I say that, they give it to him. So first and goal situation now for the Pilots. Clock running, 9:55 to go here. A touchdown here would be devastating. Batante, shotgun, gives it to Gatine. Gatine inside the 5, hit, falls forward to about the 3-yard line.
Right now, De La Salle, they have found their rhythm in the run game. They're sticking with the, Anthony Batante at quarterback, right? Allows you as an offense to say, hey, you got to cover the quarterback in the run game too. Go ahead and try. He's been running over you guys all night. We're going to keep pounding this rock, and we're just going to run this ball and put this thing in the end zone and try to drain as much time and try to take a 3-score lead here.
Boy, what a statement here in this second half by the Pilots on both sides of the ball. It really has been. Second and goal from the 3-yard line. This time the defense was waiting for Batante. Hit him right about the line of scrimmage, brought down after maybe a gain of a foot, setting up a 3rd and goal from about the 3-yard line. Clock continues to run.
Yep, and that was a good tackle there by number 35, Braden Bundy. Plays that right side linebacker. And if you're Davison, you're just preaching, hey, don't give up. They got to still get 3 yards. That's an opportunity. Hey, we can still punch this out. We can come up with a turnover. Just can't lose faith here. You got to keep trying to fight. Find a way to steal a possession, even when it seems like there's no chance of stealing one here with 3 yards left to go.
Batante, shotgun, keeper. Batante, 3rd time tonight. Touchdown. Oh, the Anthony Batante show continues. He's got 3. And 3 here in the second half, folks. And that is a huge touchdown for the Pilots as they extend their lead to 20-3.
Yeah, and they did it on their own accord. They said, hey, we're going to run this ball every play. You're not going to stop us, and we're going to do it in the fashion that we want to, which is just a tone-setting, hard-nosed football. And Anthony Batante, talk about taking over a game. This second half possessions for De La Salle goes touchdown Anthony Batante, touchdown Anthony Batante, interception, touchdown Anthony Batante. So 3 out of 4. It's been Batante.
Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-3 here as we take a look at Batante's 3rd touchdown of the night.
Nice low shot, a little bit of a face mask there too, but that's not going to stop the beast. Anthony Batante lowers his shoulder and shows why, hey, I can play quarterback, I can run the ball, put me in, coach, I'm going to get it done.
Hey, Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network's Mr. Football and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's, the original flavored crust pizza. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. I want to try that backyard burger pizza. Where's John Watson? Can he make sure that we get one of those backyard burger pizzas? Okay, that sounds good to me maybe tomorrow. We got 2 more games tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We got some good games ahead. But question for you, you're going to get Cajun on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just had to make sure. I wanted to see if you kept
I
the
want to
consistency.
see if I want to see if you know what you think too, because I'm going to say I want heat, but I want flavor. There's a difference because sometimes they burn your mouth stuff.
Not worth it. Not worth the pain.
I don't want that. Like you see a lot of times you see the athletes like eating the super hot wings. I don't want anything to do with that.
I cut my limit off right at Buffalo, and if it gets a little too spicy, I'm not touching it.
Boy, Davison needs something, anything now to change the momentum. Maybe a kickoff return here. Breaks a couple tackles. Oh, they said step out of bounds right about the 24-yard line.
Number 19 on the return.
Nice effort out there. Cortez Porter
Julius Wilson
said he barely stepped out at about the 24-yard line. So let's see what Jackson Dosh, this junior quarterback in this Cardinal offense, can get going. You got to start going to the year. When you're down 21-3 with 8:16 to go, make no mistake about it. Your playbook changes.
Absolutely. You got to try to find ways to get your playmakers, A.J. Hill, Wesley Hughes, Jace Bishop. You got to find ways to get these guys in open space, high percentage throws that allows Jackson Dosh to get in the rhythm here late in this game.
Hill lined up in the slot now. Dosh shotgun formation. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. Going to swing it out near side. Made one man miss, tried to make the 2nd and 3rd miss, but Brought down right away was Wesley Hughes after a minimal gain. And if you're the Pilots, you go, hey, cool, take 2-3 yards every time. We'll take 30 seconds off the clock.
Absolutely, and Wesley Hughes trying to make a play, trying to make the first guy miss. It does a good job getting inside, but then you got to understand, hey, that's where all the bad guys are coming from, the big, tough D linemen, the linebackers, and those guys start licking their chops when they think they can get a blind side hit. So Wesley Hughes gets inside. Just got to be aware, hey, that's where their help's coming from.
Trip receivers, far side. Dosh once again, as he has been all game, in that shotgun formation. 2nd and 8. Dosh rolling far side, throwing and incomplete. Good coverage out there. Want to give credit where credit is due. Dalton Drogosh out there in coverage, setting up a 3rd and 8.
And that was great coverage, but it was rushed because Anthony Batanti, like with the hair on fire, blitzed into the backfield there, unblocked, forced Jackson Dosh to get rid of it, and then allowed Dalton Drogosh here, the captain, to make a good play on the ball.
3rd and 8, 7.5 to go. Trip receivers. Far side, 2 near side, empty backfield for Jackson Dosh. Barks something at his lineman. Now in the shotgun. Pilots show blitz. Let's see if they bring it. No, they back off. Ball on the turf. Didn't have a chance. Hughes, they tried to hand it to him. Couldn't get that connection. Ball hits the turf, and Davison's going to have to punt this ball away.
Yeah, and this is just, they're going to watch film and say, hey, guys, we couldn't do anything right. We have an inside zone read here where it's going to be either a jet sweep or Jackson Dosh is going to keep it and run in between the tackles. That's just, kind of sums up the second half here for Davison, right? Punt, can't get the handoff. And these are week 1 issues. They'll definitely get these raked out. But here down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter, you got to be able to hand the ball off and try to get something going.
Damian King, the 4th, standing on his own 38-yard line. High punt coming near side of the field. Going to take a bounce. Whoa, King had to move out of the way. That took a big bounce and nearly hit King before it's down at the 20-yard line. But the bad news is, well, it's twofold. There's only 6:35 to go in this game, and the biggest bad news is the Pilots hold a 21-3 lead.
Yeah, they're in their driver's seat, that's for sure. They got the opportunity here just to, again, go down, run. Davison hasn't really found out an answer here for this Wildcat package. Be interested to see who De La Salle goes with here, Batanti or go back to Sante, Gasparoni. Looks like Gasparoni's going to be in the game here.
I have a feeling you're going to see those big linemen try to get those road graders out. And, road grade to make this clock go away. 6:35 to go in this one. All Pilots, 21-3. Keeping it on the ground to start. Want to stay in bounds, keep that clock running. Make no mistake about that. That's what Katine does. Falls forward to about the 25-yard line. Give him 4, setting up a 2nd and 6. Clock running. You're going to see them milk the clock. Get out to the barn, grab those gloves, and milk that clock. Sante taking his time. There's that play clock. He's taken 20 seconds off it already. I have a feeling he's going to take about 7 more here. Let's see when they snap it. Snap it with 5 seconds. Keeper all the way. Gets over the 25-yard line up to about the 27 before he's pushed back, setting up a 3rd and 3. De La Salle content to take their time here, to say the very least, Grant.
Yep, they're just going to do what they do best and run that ball. That's what they've been doing really well here in the second half, and they're just going to stick to it. No need to put the ball in the air. No need to stop the clock with the incompletion. Just hard-nosed, like you said, grading football there by the O-line.
Gasparoni going to take his sweet time again. Play clock down to 10. Game clock down to 5:05 left in this 4th quarter. He's throwing near side. Boy, what a great job going up and making a catch. Oh, Damian King went way up top to make that catch, and that's going to be a 1st down.
A little slow to get up. Hopefully that's just a little cramp. It seems like that, but really good catch. I mean, he threw that ball, 2 feet above his head. Good catch by Damian King.
Hey, the Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for more info. And they are milking that clock big time now. Fresh set of downs, 4:40 left in this one. Play clock down to 2. They finally snap it. Katine with the handoff. Flags fly, and I think there's movement on De La Salle. Indeed it is.
Flag on the play.
False start. On the offense.
Now that's not what you want. You don't want that clock to stop. And you don't even mind losing 5 yards. You just don't want the clock to stop, Grant.
Yep. You want to keep that clock moving. You want to try to keep the ball moving forward. But like you said, going backwards doesn't necessarily hurt you, but stopping the clock, that's that. De La Salle coaches definitely don't want that. But they're running hard there, and if that wasn't a false start, Isaac Katine might still be running.
Right. There's the clock running again. 4:15 to go in this one. 5 seconds on the play clock. Katine gets the handoff. Boy, it looked like he was brought down way in the backfield, but somehow squirted out, got back to the 30-yard line.
Robbie Martin.
And that's a good tackle there by that Sam linebacker, field linebacker, Robert Martin. Last season had 58 tackles. They call him the Swiss Army knife. Moved down from safety, plays that linebacker position, real versatile, can cover and react to the run.
Boy, the Pilots are really taking their time right now, as they should. Up 21-3. It has been the Anthony Batante show here. Bless our buddy Kevin with 3. Make that 4 sneezes up here. Kevin does a great job just to our left. Well, he has 4 sneezes. Batante has 3 touchdowns. Play clock down to 1. Let's see, De La Salle's going to call a timeout with 3:23 to go here in this one, facing a 2nd and 14. Hey, why don't we take one more flashback, shall we? Of course, Warren De La Salle has been a juggernaut in Division II. They have 5 state titles in the last decade. The Pilots are looking to make the state finals for the 5th year in a row. How about these titles? 14, 17, 18, 21, and 22. Somebody has to tell them that Ford Field is not on the schedule every year, huh?
Yeah, we were talking to Coach Roan this week and asked him, what is it like, having these guys, have so much experience, have so much knowledge of postseason play. And one point that really stuck with me was, we don't go that hard in camp. We like to, get guys ready to play week 1, but we, past 4 years, we've had 5 extra weeks of practice each year. So
huge.
Just adds to the experience and being able to get those young guys playing early on.
Hold that thought, because I want to go back to your college football career for a second. Gasparoni, direct snap to him. Boy, look at him keep those legs moving all the way up to the 39-yard line. I always laugh, Grant, when I hear snobby fan bases say in the world of college football, I don't want my 7-5 team full of young players to go to this bowl or that bowl. You can't put a price tag on those extra practices those young players get.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole month of practice, with some adjusted rules that are different from in season. No class. You're able to, not be in class during bowl games. So you get more time to really just truly focus on the game there at the college level. So it's really an invaluable experience that these guys are picking up here, come bowl week in the college football system.
And these guys, as you mentioned, Coach Roan mentioned, extra practices in their long runs. Swing it outside, makes one man miss, can't make the second man less. Ball comes loose, but he was clearly down. Phoenix Klassner.
Lady number 23.
And the clock should stop. It's still running. 2:15 to go. And De La Salle surely is going to punt here. They stop the clock with 2:10 to go. A lot of times somebody uses the term, I've seen stranger things happen. I'm not sure I've seen a team come back from 21-3 deficit with 2:10 to go. It would take a miracle of miracles. Make no mistake about that. Hey, don't forget, we will be back here tomorrow for day 2 of the Prep Kickoff Classic. Belleville, led by the Mr. Football candidate and LSU commit Bryce Underwood, will take on Clarkston. Kickoff at 4 o'clock. Make sure you check it out here on the State Champs YouTube network and, of course, Local 4 Plus app. Appreciate it greatly. Boy, Bryce, one of the most highly recruited athletes, dare I say, ever out of the state of Michigan.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive to see his arc. Back in my time, it was kind of like the Devin Gardners of the world, like seeing him progress throughout, the ranks. But seeing Bryce Underwood and how he's grown over the years, it's really impressive. And they got another stacked team, so it'll be interesting to see how they finish out this year after a somewhat disappointing end to their season last year.
No doubt about that. 2:04 left in this one. Cardinals have 2 timeouts left. Let's see how Jake Weingertz wants to play this last 2:04. Well, you'd have to score a touchdown. Then you'd have to score another touchdown. And if you went for 2 two-point conversions and got them, well, then you're only a field goal down. The likelihood of that happening, let's be honest, is very small, but very well represented out here tonight. Love to see all the fans out here, and I'm sure tomorrow will be no different. A couple of big games out here, of course, Clarkston and Belleville, and then Detroit King and Cleveland Heights. Dosh back to pass on this first down. Flushed out, he's going to take off and run. Boy, he's got a ton of real estate out here. Sprints his way out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So first down for the Cardinals. Clock stops with $1:56 to go.
That's really the first time we've seen him able to really get outside the contain of the defense there and have some free room to run. Coach said that, Jackson Dosh is the second fastest player on our team, and we just haven't had the opportunity to see those wheels really because De La Salle has clamped down on the run here this second half.
21-3. Anthony Batante with 3, count them, 3 touchdowns here in the second half. Trip receivers far side, 1 near side. Dosh shotgun formation. Pilots show blitz, back off, throw complete downfield. Good catch outside by Braylon Hayes. He's brought down at the 36-yard line. They move the sticks. The clock will stop momentarily. Take a look there at the schedule. Not an easy schedule. Granville, Traverse City Central, Saginaw Heritage, Saginaw United, East Lansing, Flint, Carmen, Ainsworth, Grand Blanc, and Lapeer. Trip receivers near side. They're going to keep the ball on the ground. Makes 1 man miss. Can't make the second and third man miss. Brought down at the 34-yard line. Take a look at De La Salle's schedule. Now you want to talk. Look at that schedule, those first 5 games. My goodness gracious.
That is a gauntlet.
Oh
my gosh.
And oh, by the way, Brother Rice. It's still Brother Rice and Jesuit and Chip Valley. My goodness gracious. But that's what Battle Tested is all about. Jackson Dosh back to pass all the time in the world. Going up top. Intercepted. David Williams. And he's got a lot of space out there. Finally brought down at the 20-yard line. That'll do it.
Warren De La Salle ball on the 20.
52 seconds left. They'll bring the quarterback in, take a couple of knees.
Keep your eyes here in the middle of the field. David Williams here, the free safety, just reading the quarterback's eyes, just moving to where the ball is going to be thrown. Really good range. He's only a junior this year, but he holds a handful of D1 offers. Likes of Kent State, Miami, Ohio. 6 feet, 170-pound safety. Started at cornerback for them last year. He's a game changer and a guy to keep an eye on here out throughout his career.
Couple of knees and we'll call this a day. You know what? We can leave a bunch of our stuff here, right? Because we're going to be back here tomorrow night. Hopefully you'll be back here with us as well. Boy, a celebration on the sidelines. Rightfully so. Victory formation, the best formation in football. 1 more knee. And De La Salle is going to come away with a very impressive, Grant, 21-3 victory. Both sides of the ball, make no mistake about it.
Yeah, and it started off slow. Went into the second half, De La Salle was down 3-0. You come out, and it's a totally different story in the second half. De La Salle comes out and scores 3 touchdowns, and Davison punts 4 possessions. So that's the difference in the game right there. And De La Salle, battle-tested team, a lot of seniors, shows why they are battle-tested and they can get through to the end.
Your final score here At Tom Adams Field on the campus of Wayne State University, Warren De La Salle comes away with a bit of revenge, a 21-3 victory over the Davison Cardinals. I'll say it again, every time I see it, one of the coolest things is watching the combatants line up at the middle of the field and shake hands. No doubt about that.
Both these teams, they come in all offseason. They're working for this one goal, to win today. So just to see two teams that battle hard throughout 4 quarters, see them line up at the middle and just give each one props to one another. It's good to see, and that's the game of football, right? You go hard for 60 minutes, 48 minutes, and then at the end of the day, everyone's playing the same sport, trying to do the same thing. So you just got to give daps and credit to the other side of the ball there.
Well, whoever has the job of picking player of the game, the job's very easy tonight. We'll talk about that when we come back and wrap it up. Your final score, Warren De La Salle 21 and Davison 3.
A high score.
A big win.
These things are impressive.
But it's what you don't see that counts.
The years of honing our skills.
The late nights and early mornings.
Pushing through even when it hurts.
The teamwork.
The dedication.
You don't see the hours of practice our team puts into winning games, but it pays off on the field.
And you don't see the years of practice our attorneys put into winning cases, but it pays off in the courtroom. The Detroit Lions.
And 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Winning for you.
Back to Tom Adams Field on the campus of Wayne State University in Midtown Detroit. Your final score here tonight. The Pilots come away with a 21-3 victory over the Davison Cardinals. I believe in just a moment we're going to throw it down to Kara Lyles on the field.
And from
Kevin, our engineer up here, you let me know when you want to do that. But in the meantime, Grant Perry, my goodness gracious, a statement tonight by the Pilots.
Yeah, and it's not about how you come out, it's about how you finish. And De La Salle, they came out, got smacked around a little bit. I mean, both teams did. It was only 3-0 going into the second half. But teams that are tested, find a way to persevere. And De La Salle stuck to what they know, got it in the run game. I mean, found what was working, really schemed up Davison in the second half, and then the defense for De La Salle really stepped up, really shut down. And kind of put a little cloudy party on Jackson Dash's welcome party to his first start.
Well, we're seeing Wesley Hughes being rewarded the most outstanding player for Davison. I don't think it's going to exactly be a secret who wins it for Warren De La Salle, as we see him walking out to midfield right now to pose for that picture. What a great story that is, huh? Anthony Batonte. 3 touchdowns here tonight. Completely changed the complexion of this game with that fake punt.
Yep. I mean, it just set the tone. I mean, just when you think Davison's getting off the field, Anthony Batonte has a great play on the botched punt. He's a really good player in the state. I mean, he's ranked 31st overall in 24/7. And I wouldn't be surprised if he bumps up a couple after this performance.
Yeah, no doubt about that. They got their trophy, and the boys are going to pose with that trophy. Davison will be all right. A lot of talent on that team, and certainly Jake Weingartz has done a fantastic job in his tenure as the head man for the Cardinals. But tonight, make no mistake about it, this is the scene. That is the story. The Pilots come away with a dominating 21-3 victory here tonight. Again, 2 games tomorrow. Hopefully you can join us. Same times, right? 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Those are the pictures they'll always remember, huh? No doubt about that. All right, Grant, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I mean, great day to start, the Prep Kickoff Classic. Excited for day 2. Got some stars coming here So it should be a good day. Had a lot of fun here up in the booth with you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. No doubt about that. In the meantime, why don't we throw it down to Kara? Great job all night, Kara, and certainly some thoughts with our player of the game. So let's throw it down now. Well, we are about to throw it down to Kara. We will momentarily. The player of the game kind of ran over, and then he had to go celebrate with his boys. I'll always respect that. You don't want to miss that pile. And then having a conversation with the coach. There he is. We're doing this live right now as Dan Rohn is down there having a conversation with the boys. Having some quick words. John Kidd down there amongst others. And we'll stay here for a moment, Kevin, and wait for our player of the game, Anthony Batante, to have a conversation with Kara Lyles. Boys celebrating down there. Good time for everybody. Hopefully you can catch some of the things he's saying. There's Batante. Huh? Let's wait just 1 second. We'll throw down to that guy right in the middle of your screen. Anthony Batante. 3 touchdowns tonight. Huge fake punt. And I think he's going to run over and have a conversation with our own Kara Lyles in just a second. Quite the way to start the season, winning a game like this. Make no mistake about that, as they have their moment with the Lord. And now, I believe, once he makes his way through the sea of humanity, I have a feeling Anthony Batante is going to make his way over to Kara Lyles. There he goes. I can see it right now. So Kara with our player of the game. Go, Kara.
Anthony, 3 touchdowns in the season opener. What was working for you out there?
Just playing both ways, run the ball. I mean, the momentum from the offense to defense really helped. So, it allowed me just to keep my momentum and stay hot the whole game.
Well, you grew up a quarterback, and when your number was called tonight, you delivered. How special was it to be able to take advantage of those moments?
It was fun. First, true varsity game, being able to play quarterback, it was fun. I had a really good time.
And the way that this matchup ended last year, you guys ended up on the losing side. How good does this one feel?
Yeah, it felt great. Last year I watched from the sideline, but this year I got to make a difference and actually change the outcome of the game.
Congratulations. Great game.
Thank you.
Did. And it all started with that fake punt.
Mm-hmm.
We're sticking with that, right?
Yep,
the fake punt.
Yep, they dribble it back there. Everyone vacates. Yep.
Just like they drew it up,
Yep,
right?
Exactly.
Hey, partner, it's a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, always.
Looking forward to it tomorrow. I want to thank Kara down on the field, the entire staff on the field, up here. Most importantly, I want to thank you for inviting us into your laptops, your phones, your computers, whatever the case may be. You're invited to join us tomorrow as well. But in the meantime, thank you so much. Your final score here tonight from Tom Adams Field. Warren De La Salle comes away with a 21-3 victory over the Davison Cardinals. Good night from Tom Adams Field.
State Champs Sports Network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. Visit ltu.edu today. State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, home of the original flavored crust pizza. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Reaction Technologies. Up your game. Go to reactiontechnologies.com for more information. The Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.